We're doing good?
I'm going to introduce to the stage our very, very favorite Will Wagner. Approaching the stage is Will Wagner, which means... Give it up for Will Wagner!
Up next, we have Will Wagner. Let's give him a round of applause.
I'm gonna play you some songs with my band. Is that my band? Oh man, I'm in a tough spot here though, because this whole week I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go there and play some songs. And I was on the way here. I said, you know, it'd be really funny if I held the guitar the whole time and didn't play music. And now here we are. And you go and say, well, you ruined it by telling us. Maybe for you. Fucking hilarious to me if I just do this the whole time. Like, what if I come up with an excuse for 6 minutes and just tell you stories? Wouldn't that be funny? Too bad, I'm doing music. I gotta tune my guitar first. You know what? I might also need a seat and water. I'm gonna have to take off the sweatshirt. I can do it. I can do this. Okay. I was always kind of amazed that Adam Sandler made a career out of making noises and making hot women fall in love with him. I thought that's a pretty good move. You have Jennifer Aniston, every blonde from the 90s who didn't get work again, you know, everybody. And I was like, if I could do that, all I need to do is learn like an A minor chord. Oh, see, I'm not even plugged in yet. Oh, I am? Is what it's supposed to sound like? Uh-oh. Is he gonna play music? Well, now with a sweatshirt on, I can't play music with a sweatshirt on, that look ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I'm really blowing it, aren't I? Instead of doing 3 songs, I'm gonna only get 2. Okay. You know what, another thing, you mentioned like growing up and having trauma and stuff? Yeah, you know what, I had that too. I was waiting to see if people knew I was talking about the comedian or the previous poems. I made a deal with, well, no, I didn't make a deal with the devil. That's gonna sound bad. I want to make a deal with Tucker Carlson. It sounds way worse when I say it the second time, somehow. And my only thing was like, I'll give you a theme that gets you my demographic in the audience, but you gotta promise not to run for president. But he doesn't return my calls because he's selfish. And he doesn't even care that I came up with a really good song. And then I realized he's probably still gonna run for president. Once he's got that song, nothing's gonna stop him. So now I just need the Disney people to have my back, and hopefully you two, and everyone here, if he says he wrote that song, you tell him no, okay? It's the song we're playing out. But if I play it now and it goes on the internet and he sees it, he could pretend that he didn't see it. You know, that could be a Problemsville for me. And I tried to balance it out. I played a song at a conservative comedy club. It's called Every Comedy Club. And they didn't like it. Even though I played a 4.5-minute rap song about Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein, they didn't give a shit. I was like, do you know how long it took for me to spell their names? I mean, just in short, it's the capital F-E Einstein, double N-E-N-A-N-C-Y, and then it's P-L-O-S-I. You know how tough that is? Fucking tough. They loved it. And they're like, come back, play another song. And I'm like, okay, I'll play Tucker Carlson. And they're like, we're done with you. I'm like, but it's good. I found a song that had duck in it, and I changed it to tuck like a fucking genius. You know what, I'm not sure. And I still have this fucking sweatshirt on and I'm thirsty. I can't play while I'm standing. I couldn't make an hour out of this. I don't know what I was thinking in the car right here. I was thinking, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna not play guitar. And then if I play guitar, it's a really sad song about my dog dying, they'll have to laugh. But I never wrote a song like that. I find it bad to write about a dog that died. It makes me sad. And I get here, then you're sad. So I only write songs about double homicide. I just realized I need a capo. Does anyone have a capo? Oh man, I might not be able to play guitar.
I might.
Oh man,
I might have one.
You summon a gun. Can I get the sweatshirt off while keeping the guitar on? Maybe. Maybe this is a prop show now. Oh, that's it. I'm about the props. Someone throw me a rubber chicken. No rubber chickens?
Wait, you don't have one?
Not today.
You have so many.
I only really need one
How
arm though.
big?
You would.
So, I forgot to tell you, the third song I played at that... Oh, I don't need it. I'm sorry. The other song I played was about how my grandma is the gangster of Costco. And like, she grew up on streets that were in no way threatening. She went to the club, but it was Price Club. Like, she'd go in there with a used picnic table. She'd be like, "You're gonna take this back." And they would every time, because she's a gangster. Now that I have the switch off, I can probably play music, but I can't. Okay, anyway, so Tucker Carlson, if you see this, I've warned you, don't steal my song or Disney will sue you. Good luck me. Oh, full chord, is it too loud though? That's a D minor 7, we're pulling it in for an F and then an E. It sounds great there. Well, the voice, I mean the guitar, obviously, I'm doing some stuff on there. It looked ridiculous, I can't have that much trouble. My parents would disown me. It goes like this. Still bears me. It's okay. Oh, she's really saving my comedy set. Daring talk of mystery, champion of all right, swoops out of the shadows, dark webs on tonight. Somewhere some villain schemes, and he's watching Tuck. Here comes right-wing Tuck. Whenever there's trouble, he'll blame big government. Right-wing Tuck. Let's get the academy open. Right-wing Tuck. A right wing, a Tuck. A cloud of smoke and he appears, master of disguise. Who's that cunning inheritor of the swamps and he's surprised? Nobody knows for sure, but bad guys are in his truck. Here comes right-wing Tuck. Whenever there's trouble, he'll blame big government. Right-wing Tuck. Let's get the economy open. Right-wing Tuck. You better watch us, you proud boys. Right-wing Tuck. So, this is a song, I'm going to call it Big Shoppa. When you get to the chorus, sing along, you'll know it. This is about grandmas. To all the ladies in the place with a brand new face who like things laced to line up all the pictures in your kitchen, who rock crew shorts blue with all the mommies. Back of the club, stacking packs is where you find me. Back to the club, ho-hos, J-Crew behind me. Mad question asking, multitasking, card blasting. But I just can't quit because one of these honeys Midgie got to creep with. Sweep those supermarket secrets, why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both like hot potatoes. I got more mac and cheese up in the shed. Believe me, sweetie, I know peeps who feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with fences, seesaws by the layers, potluck and players. Jump in the rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the Odyssey. I got the chronic CBD, cause I love it when you call me Big Shoppa. Throw your hands in the air till the manager's there. Love it when you call me Big Shoppa. Till the honeys getting money playing Costco like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Shoppa. You got some gum up in your waist? Please don't chew up the place. Walk. I see some ladies tonight who should be watching my babies. Babies. Straight up honey, really I'm asking. Most of these triggers think they be acting when they react. And who they attracting with that line? Take a knee, save a life. Soon as I see you whine, I just creep up your behind. Look up what your Pinterest are. Who you be with? Things on your profile. What numbers you dial? You gonna be here for a while? I'll go call my crew, you go call your crew. I can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave, throw the keys to little seat. Pull the trunk up front and show off the trunk bump so we can steam it on the way to the deli to fill our bellies. T. Carl Steak, Judge Pirro, and Charles Payne conversate for a few. In a few, they gon' do what they came to do. Ain't that right? Fake news. Get the hell, we should go to the crib. Watch a movie in jacuzzi. Boxy Alice while you do me. Love it when you call me Big Shoppa. Throw your hands in the air till the manager's there. Love it when you call me Big Shoppa. To the honeys getting money playing Costco like dummies. Love it when you call me Big Shoppa. You got some gum up in your waist? Please don't chew up the place. Walk, cause I see some ladies tonight who should be watching my baby. How you living, bitchy shawls and mansions and Benzes, showing my rear end to friends when the pain's tremendous. They apply cream for $1 in a dream. I still pet their cats strapped with infrared beams. What? Cheerios, smoky eye, optimum, money hose and clothes, pick 'em up from Lowe's. A foolish pleasure, whatever. Doc's looking for some bribery treasure. What? So now I fiber measure. However, living better now. Gucci sweater now. Drop top BMs. Raisin brains, my friends. Honey, check it. Tell your friends, get with my friends, and we could read books. Shit, we could do this every third Monday. Aight? Is that alright with you? Keep banging your hip into shit, not to see a doctor again. Because I love it when you call me Big Pop. Yeah, to the managers there. Love it when you call me Big Shop. To the honeys getting money, playing Costco like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Shop. You got some gum up in your waist? Please don't chew up the place. Why? Cause I see some ladies tonight who should be watching my baby. 4'9" shit for that ass. Muff Daddy, Midgie Shawls, Junior Build-A-Bear, represent babies. Time on that intro. I'm gonna have to work on that next time. Good luck songs about double homicide. Thank you very much for your time and for hosting Production Babes. Next time there might be music.
Alright, thank you so much for that. And next, we have another fan favorite in the house. Let's give it up for Will Wagner.
How's everybody doing? Nice. I'm a big fan of an artist named Jonathan Goldman. Anyone know who he is? Ari Your Brains is a zombie infestation that's done via email. And it's done how you have normal email chain about zombieism. And the chorus, it goes, all we wanna do is eat your brains. Here you do. And you can sing it as much like a zombie as you feel like you should. The lyrics are on those stickers. I come and spot from the office down the hall. Good to see you, buddy, how you been? Things are going great for me, except that I'm a zombie now. I really wish you'd let us in. I think I speak for all of us when I say I understand why you both might hesitate to submit to our plan. But here's an FYI, you're all gonna die screaming. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're not reasonable, we're gonna eat your eyes. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're at an
I'm like sitting my God.
Open up the door, we'll all come inside and eat your brains. I don't want to nitpick Tom, but it's just really no plan. Spend your whole life locked inside a mall. Maybe that's okay for now, but someday you'll be out of food and guns. Then you'll have to make a call. Not surprised to see you haven't thought it through enough. Never had the head for all that bigger picture stuff. And Tom, that's what I do, and I plan on eating you slowly. All we want to do is eat your brains. We're not unreasonable, we're gonna eat your eyes. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're at an impasse here, maybe we can compromise. If you open up the door, we'll all come inside and eat your brains. I'd like to help you come in any way I can. I sure appreciate the way you're working with me. I'm not a monster, Tom, well, technically I am. I guess I am. sitting down, maybe we can wrap it up. I know we'll find common ground somehow. Meanwhile, I report back to my colleagues who are chewing on the doors. I guess we'll table this for now. Glad to see you take constructive criticism well. Thank you for your time, I know we're all busy as hell. We'll put this thing to bed when I bash your head open. All we wanna do is eat your brain. We're not unreasonable, and we're gonna keep your eyes. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're at an impasse here, maybe we should compromise. If you open up the door, we'll all come inside and eat your brains. Okay, now we gotta pick another color. Yellow. Okay, that's a song I can only play the first week of May. Called First of May. It does have profanity in it. I'll warn you ahead.
Oh no.
I woke up this morning, and it's snowing a lot I planned. Then a little conversation with my squirrel chipmunk friend. Said I'm sick and tired of winter, I wish that it was spring. Then a little fellow named Robin Redbreast began to sing. And he sang, child, what you think of home when it's gonna last forever? Child, when it's time for the people to get together outside. First of May, outdoor fucking starts today. When's your favorite lady? The water's not cold, baby, dip in your big toe. Maybe I see you if I got to the leg go. Grasp below in the sky above. Celebrate spring with a pretty little thing called fucking outside. For the information, Carter when he flew away. I watched an episode of the People's Court and I tried to plan my day. All of my old ladies, she wasn't home, so I called my girl. After she'd like to join me as I entertain the world. And I said, ooh, child, I'll bring a blanket and I promise I will rip your hands off. Ooh, child, you're gonna like it when they give each other hands off. Outside. First of May, outdoor fucking starts today. When's your favorite lady? When I hope maybe to bend your big toe. Maybe I see you if I grounded a leg up. Grab the Lord, you sky above. Celebrate spring with a crazy little thing called fucking outside. So we went to the park together, we were walking out in the sun. We met all kinds of people and we fucked everyone. Fucked the lady who sells ice cream, we fucked the man in the paint champagne. Everyone needed fucking, well they got fucked today. My child, open your mind, your heart, and the spirit moving through you. Child, you're gonna feel what love when I stick it to you. Outside, no kids on stage. First of May, outdoor fucking stuff. When's your favorite lady? When's your favorite lady? Water's not cold, maybe they're in your big club. Maybe I see you in the ground in the leg up. Grab the Lord in the sky above. Celebrate spring with a crazy little thing called fucking outside. Fucking outside. Fucking outside. I got 2 stickers left, so.
Whoa!
Brown. Brown.
Brown is a code monkey. The guy wrote a song about having Mountain Dew, and he hated his job coding. I'm like, oh, he wrote my song for me. Not for Ted. Now that's just so you know, I'm keeping Mountain Dew on notice here. They haven't paid me any money yet. So, I'm going to let them know. I'm doing a song about them, but you only got like 3 weeks before I start doing a song for other soda companies for free, just to spite me. I'll get them to invest in lemon line development, fucks. This is a song called Code Monkey. It's a song about love, but it was written by a monkey who had to work in an office. Code monkey, get up, get coffee. Code monkey, go to job. Code monkey, a boring meeting. Boring manager, Rob. Code monkey, very diligent, but his output stinks. Is code not functional or elegant? What do code monkey think? Code monkey think maybe an editor wanna write goddamn login page himself. Code monkey not say it out loud. Code monkey not crazy. Just proud. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like having Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man. With big warm fuzzy secret heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey hang around at front desk. Tight sweater that nice. Code monkey upper buy you soda. Bring you cup, bring you ice. You say no, thank you for the soda cup, soda make you fat. Anyway, you busy with the telephone, no time for that. Code monkey have long walk back to cubicle. He sit down, pretend to work. Code monkey not thinking so straight. Code monkey not feeling so great. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like having Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man. With big warm fuzzy silver heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey like you. Code monkey have every reason to get out this place. Code monkey just keep on working. See your soft pretty face. Much rather wake up, eat a coffee cake, take that big nap. His job fulfilling in creative way, took a load of crap. Code monkey thinks someday he have everything, even pretty girl like you. Code monkey just waiting for now. Code monkey say someday. Now code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like having Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man. Waiting on but secret heart. Code monkey like you. Hello! Now this one is called Skull Crusher Mountain. This is a love story from the perspective of a mad scientist. Welcome to a secret lair on Skull Crusher Mountain. You enjoyed your stay so far. I see you met my assistant Scarface, and his appearance was quite disturbing. But I assure you he's harmless enough. He's a sweetheart, called him Mister. And the other way you find him pretty big, bringing them to me. Oh, I'm so into you, but I'm way too smart for you. Even my henchmen think I'm crazy. Not surprised that you agree. If you can find some way to be a little bit less afraid of me, see the voices that go through me. From inside my head, say I should kill you. It's that funky monster that please me. But I get the feeling that you don't like it. What's with all the screaming? You like monkeys, you like poets. Maybe you don't like monsters so much. Maybe I use too many monsters. Isn't it enough to know like through the pony? Maybe I can for you. Oh, I'm so into you, but I'm way too smart for you. Even my ex would think I'm crazy. Not surprised that you agree. If you can find some way to be a little bit less afraid of me, and see the voices that control me. From inside my head, say I should kill you. Picture the two of us alone inside my golden submarine. While up above, the whale might be they spot at night, the atmosphere. And all the fools who leave their foolish life might find it quite explosive. Well, it won't mean half as much to me if I don't have you here. You know it isn't easy living here on Stone Crusher Mountain. Maybe you could cut me just a little slack. Wouldn't kill you to be civil. I've been patient, I've been gracious. And this mountain is covered with wolves. Hear them howling for my hungry children. Maybe you should stay and have another drink. Think about me and you. Oh, I'm so into you, but I'm way too smart for you. And I am just I'm crazy. Not surprised that you agree. If you can find some way to be a little bit less afraid of me, see the voices that control me. From inside my head, say I shouldn't kill you, yeah. I shouldn't kill you, yeah. I shouldn't kill you, yeah. I'm gonna just play one of my favorite songs. Oh, I forgot jokes. So, I've been dry locking the basement, and due to holes in clothing, I've noticed that I got like white sparkles of dry lock on me. White sparkles was my stripper name. I stripped floors. No, I was stripping floors. I was custodian. You're really just cheering on those speed bumpers.
Stripping floors.
Good baby, stay up all night. The things you could do, the all up tonight. The potential you'll be, that you never see. The promises you'll only make. Drink up with me now. Forget all about pressure days. Do what I say, and I'll make you okay. Drive them away. The images stuck in your head. The people you've been before that you don't want around anymore. They push and shove and your will. Now keep them still. Drink up, baby, look at the stars. Kiss you again. Deep in the bars, I keep seeing you there. With your hands in the air, waiting to finally come. Drink up one more time, and I'll make you mine. Keep you apart, Keeping our hearts separate from the rest. But I like you the best. You keep the things you forgot. The people you've been before that you don't want around anymore. They push and shove and won't empty your head. And I'll keep them still. Elliot Smith. Really? I guess I can still surprise people.
If you really want to surprise us late with a sweatshirt on.
Hey, I'm a musician, not a magician. Man, Chuck, you gotta set me up for joking constantly. Like comedy said to improve or deep comedy. It could be something. This is Papa Bell's Cannon. It doesn't matter what I say, as long as I sing with inflection that makes you feel that I've done things. It's really true for that reflection, but I said nothing so far. And I can give it up. No matter who you are, even though the job that you're yourself that brings, how the whole brings you back. And I ain't letting you know that the whole brings you back. Know that in the light, that there is something I am being sincere. In fact, I don't need any of this. Still, my confession draws you near to confuse the issue.
We've come to the end of the night, which is now when Will Wagner is going to perform. Because that was his request, and he's a diva. What can I say? So Will Wagner is going to set up some hashtag just Will Wagner things, which is going to make a lot more or a lot less sense. So with that, let's let him get in and settled, and then he can run his mouth for the next, he gets 30 whole minutes. So hang tight while he gets settled in, and let's give it up for Will Wagner.
That table to be higher?
No, that table's perfect with that height.
Oh, okay.
I don't ask Will questions.
Camera, don't.
Well, I'm gonna record the whole fucking thing.
No, I hadn't. Where'd you stand? There.
Well, I'm gonna record
I
it.
scooted it, yeah.
I'll record the whole thing.
I'm going to set it up like right here, just because I'm gonna need to get everybody.
This is all a part of the show, guys.
I hope so.
What Barbara Ann Bronca wants, she gets, and she has requested a biography about Will Wagner.
Go for it.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Should we play Mad Libs? Do we just want to throw things out there? What
Karate
is?
Kid too.
Will Wagner thinks he's 7 feet tall. He takes up a tremendous amount of space. He's got a degree. He's definitely got a degree, and he is not a secret. I'm sorry.
Oh wow!
All right.
Shit! Woo-hoo.
And he's just a little lazy. So Will is like a table setting. Yeah, we don't really ever know what Will is, and you're usually gonna cry at some point or another. So I hope y'all. I don't know. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's give up the only.
So, I always wanted to host a late night television show because there's space for me. I'm not named Jimmy, so I got everything they need. And I decided that I was going to use my 30 minutes as a promo, not just for Mountain Dew, but I'm going to show you what a late night talk show with me would be like. They asked, like, why you want to do it late? I'm like, I'm going to do a late night talk show. Like, I wouldn't want to do it any other time. And also, I can take as much time as I want. I feel like a lot of times I rush and we don't get to connect. So tonight you're going to meet me, the sound, me, the voice, me, the words, me, the experience, me, the incense. And I'm going to come back out, but you got to really make it feel like a late night audience or I'm going to look ridiculous on Twitch. Is that recording? I hope so.
You are recording, but your head is cut off.
You're good for the table.
Wait, does it go through this way?
Do you
all the
need
way up.
another introduction?
No, that's
just
perfect,
check.
that's perfect.
Okay.
You did everything right.
Spicy to me.
I don't know.
We didn't even rehearse this. I didn't know.
That does that. So now it should microphone. Sorry if it's very loud. I have headphones on because it's going to be loud. So I've never done the Skyscraper Challenge. This is a Skyscraper Challenge. Let's go with the random. Abe Uttreep. Yeah. I don't get to choose anything. It just gives it to me. Up. Well, that's bad. Oh no, maybe it's just that the game has to update because there's like a download for it. It says updating. I might have to verify files. I can't be sure. Play Project Zomboid. That's the thing I want to do with the Project Zomboid. Play. Hotfix in mid-February, but not after that. Can't be a hotfix issue. That. Back here. Loading scripts, loading close. Loading console. I'm sorry I missed you, Melissa. That is my fault. I'm gonna guess it. I go into mods here. And I go sort and accept. Then I go solo. Skyscraper. I saved what my settings were. But I missed my dude. Min Barker is definitely happening. Okay, fuckface. Do I have to like verify files or something? Verify integrity of game files.
I hope this works. Because if it doesn't, that'd be worse. Look at me using technical terms. There's a girl my age, and or maybe a few years older, and I've seen her in 3 different wedding pictures as the bride, and every time I see it, I think that I'm not remembering who she's married to. So like I knew her 15 years ago. 15 to 20 years ago. And I knew her with her fiance. They got married. I saw the wedding picture. Apparently they got divorced because I saw her in wedding pictures again. And I was like, oh, is she like a wedding model? And then she just posted more wedding pictures. And I'm like, I have to do a double take and be like, is my brain really bad? Like, am I not able? Then I realize it's been 15 years and a lot happens. But like, my cat is 20 years old. So over the course of my cat, she's been married at least 3 times. Bare minsies. 3 times. Never mix up who my cat's married to. Ever. Still validating files. So, up to 48%. Wow. I should have just played my song about the presidents while I'm waiting for. I can do that. That's in my capabilities. I'll do that.
How we doing? We're doing well? Alright, we're coming towards the end. We have Spice World, who's ready to spice up your motherfucking lives. Listen, I'm spicy. I'm spicy. But I'm going to give you the next act. His name is Will Wagner, folks. And let me just tell you, I have been reading over his bio, and it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica. He does it all. He's got munchies downstairs that you can taste. It's got Will Wagner munchies. The man does improv and he does music. I don't know what the fuck he's going to do for you right now, but I'm sure it's good. So give it up for Will Wagner! Hi, my name's Will. You might have had me in your mouth. Either way, I'm sorry. And thank you. Hey, Matt. Yes, girl. Have you ever been a mic stand? You need assistance because I have somebody that's brilliant. Teamwork makes the dream work, Matt. Give it up one more time for a dual tone. I write comedy sets the same exact way every single time. I write something about 3 weeks ago, and then the day of, I decide to do something different. Every time. And it always goes well, so you're in luck. Now, normally that case is full of Fraggles, but for tonight's purposes, I figure I'll do music. Can we hear it for the dual tones and their incredible mic skills on all performances? Okay.
Hottest mic stand ever.
This is my favorite mic stand, and I've had my best friend Derek be a mic stand, but he tried to upstage me. Oh, no. No, you wouldn't do that. You're not like Derek. Not anymore. This is all part of the set.
We're actually married. No kidding.
Long time. And that's why 3 weeks ago, when I was writing the set, I was like, hey, doll, you won't believe what I just came up with. And she's like, yes, sugar? And I'm like, why are you talking like that? But I wrote it about how you could change the titles of Spice World and Empire Records. You could switch them, and it's pretty much the same movie. It's called British Empire Records. They only go between the US and UK. They don't get the whole world. I don't remember the Spice Girls taking over Antarctica. It gets a little bit tougher for Empire Records because it can't take place in a record store if it's called Spice World, obviously. It's got to take place in an ice cream shop. And I would know. I make ice cream. You've had it in your mouth. And so you just have it there, and they're being bought out by a company called Spice World. And then it makes sense when they sing Sugar High at the end, you know? Also, it doesn't really matter that it happens in a record store. You go and say, oh, they had wonderful music. They put music in movies that aren't at record stores. They do. It's on soundtracks. It's about the interpersonal dynamics. So at 2:30 this morning, I decided I'm going to change the setup. And I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. You tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna sell you ice cream. If you want my ice cream, forget my past. If you wanna get it from me, better make it fast. It melts. Now don't go wasting my precious spoons. Get your act together, and we'll both be fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna find a rhyme for spoons. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you gotta get with my flavors. Make it last forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna be my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy, but that's how money works. Now what do you think about that? Now you know how I feel. So you can handle my ice cream? Are you for real? Now, I won't be hasty. I'll get a brain freeze. But if you really bug me, I'll let you get brain freeze. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna sell you ice cream. If you wanna eat my ice cream, gotta get with my flavors. Make it last forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy. That's how money works. So here's the story from A to Z. You want to get with me? Try the Cherries Jubilee. We got M&M's in the place. I like them in my face. G-Lock MC. Who likes it on easy? V doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. But I didn't write those lyrics. Those are not for me. You slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. If you want to eat my ice cream, gotta get with my flavors.
Fix this fucking
make it last
issue.
forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy, but that's how money works. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you gotta spend. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. If you wanna eat my ice cream, ice cream. Nailed it. Oh, I bet you saw that and said, gotta do ice cream better. I do, that's accurate. I do trivia this Wednesday at Faraday's in Smithtown at 7 p.m. If you come in there and you say, hey, I want ice cream, you can't have it in there. They sell food, I'll get arrested. You have to eat in the parking lot like the rest of them. I'm off track again. I appreciate everyone's attention and patience. I know it's a long night, but it's about to get longer because we got a whole other movie, a whole lot more ice cream that I don't want to carry home. Just throwing that out there. I don't have a great back. I have a bad knee. This is all your fault if you don't want my ice cream. You say, I want a half gallon of whatever you want, and I make it. I bring it to you. And I'd like to thank Matt.
So this is my friend Chrissy.
Matt really brought this whole performance together. And without Matt and Dominique, I would be standing in this theater by myself being asked to leave. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a great night. Next time I'll try to be taller. You know what? Give it up for fucking Will Wagner. I told you I have no idea what the fuck he's gonna do. I didn't know if he was gonna hand spin ice cream. I didn't know if he was gonna try to do burlesque. I didn't really know what the hell he was gonna try to do.
I'm going to introduce to the stage our very, very favorite Will Wagner. We have many Will Wagners. This Will Wagner is our favorite Will Wagner. I don't know what he's going to do. Let's find out.
Playing guitar, sitting. You know, I really like the idea of free writing. For one, it means I don't have to prep anything before I get here, which is what I'm into. You'll find out. And I wrote this song at 3 p.m. I haven't played it yet, so I'm excited for everyone to hear it, even me. But before that, in order to show you that I can learn from things, I have a gig on Saturday. Apologies, blame the Apple people. How's everyone doing? Oh my God, there's so much of me.
Woo! There's so much of me.
The guitar case looks empty without any Fraggles in it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my, how are you trying to me?
Do you want to switch the mic stands out?
I'll just use this for my tablet. Sorry, this is technical difficulties. This doesn't go on my track record for taking too much time.
Clever son of a bitch. I'm like,
You and
Gordon
I
is
are
also
like
one of
peas
those
in the
people
same
that's
each
just
other's
like
sandwiches.
Immediately.
My name is Will Wagner. I play comedy and do music. And when I'm not on stage, I'm writing. And I write too much. So I have a spinner over here.
So, how we doing?
How's everyone doing tonight? Are we drinking the green beer? Are we having a nice time? Are we tipping our bartender? Over. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Will Wagner to do whatever Will Wagner do.
And I'm going to turn over in more of the traditional sense like they do in basketball where you drop the ball and wonder what happens. Oh, my battery pack's falling out in real life and the guitar. Art imitating life, motherfuckers. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm terrible at flirting. Oh, you do. You can tell. Every musician is terrible at flirting. Every one of them. If they're on stage and performing music, that's when they're at their most appealing. The least appealing is when they get off stage and say the weirdest shit you'll hear all night. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when I started playing Peter Frampton's Baby I Love Your Way at my church chapel, and some girl tried to have sex with me in that church chapel. It wasn't due to charisma. Okay, I promise. It was because the song's too powerful. It was like fishing with dynamite, my friend Derek said. And I think a lot of people could use the ABCs of flirting. If you're in a situation and you play this song as is, you will have more often than not. Oh, this is Irish, it's Al Green. I'm so in love with you. Whatever you wanna do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. I want to spend my life with you. Now, what if you don't want to spend your life with that person? You're stuck. You've sung that song, now you're married. So let's say instead of spending a life, you want to spend, let's say, 1 to 2 movies. It depends on the movie, okay? I'm not going to be in love with you for the whole Godfather. Talking away, well, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today
Hope I don't get kicked off of. I might get kicked off of Twitter or Wait, no. What is this again?
I'll be coming for your love, okay?
I'll get a Twitcher. I'll get kicked off my Twitch.
On me.
I'm gonna get banned from stream.
Take me home. I'll be gone in an hour or two.
Let's try this again. I've been trying to get this skyscraper thing set up.
Now, easy, right? You already have. So, I know everyone's worried. You're like, well, what if you're playing these songs and people don't know to leave you alone? I call it being a female musician. So, you're going to want to play a song, right? But then people get the wrong idea. You make eye contact at the wrong time, and now they're following you to your car. You don't need that in your life. You play, boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky that flies, and you were my prey. And I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, you know that one of these days we gon' hook it up. Probably talk the phone, but see, I don't know if that's good. I've been holding back this secret from you. Probably shouldn't tell you, but if I let you know, this song's about R. Kelly. I'm talking R. Kelly. See, that's how you get out of it. If the song's too if you fear that they might be attracted, you just bring up R. Kelly. That'll ruin it. Now, some of you might be like, oh, well, Will, what if I do singy stuff for country and you just play a little Chris Stapleton? That's C, ABC. I know it ain't all that late, but you should probably leave. And this also works when you're leaving. So this is every song I've ever written. Oh, that's just a scannable to the first song I'm going to do.
How's everyone doing tonight? Above average. I wrote a song, and it's about Jesus, so I played it once, right around Christmas. And I'm like, oh, I'll only play this one.
Ooh, this sounds better than it normally does because I don't got good speakers. Oh, it's so bassy. I can make a beer in that. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen, right? People who want to participate in my sing-along game, you'll come up here, I'll give you a card. It's not gonna have the lyrics on it, so you're just gonna have to know the song. Like My Way. Have you ever heard the song My Way?
Frank, yeah?
Great. So who wants to sing My Way?
Sure, why the fuck not?
Now you gotta read everything on the card, otherwise the jokes won't make sense. Yeah, you can start whenever. I was just getting you in the mood.
The song My Way became Frank Sinatra's signature song, but he couldn't stand it, saying he loathed the song. Loathed is in scare quotes. In his later years, he described the song as a Paul Anka pop hit, which became a kind of national anthem. In a 2000 interview with the BBC show Heart Talk, Sinatra's daughter Tina said he always thought that song was self-serving and self-indulgent. He didn't like it. That song stuck, and he couldn't get it off his shoe. Here's the thing, I hate Frank Sinatra. So anyways, here's My Way.
I'm gonna start after this. Ready? You're gonna sing, right? Special, you think you're special, you do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me, look down on me, walk around on me. Just one more fight about your leadership, and I will straight up leave your shit. I've had enough of this, and now I'm pissed. Yeah! This time I'ma let it all come down. This time I'ma stand up and shout. I'ma do things my way. It's my way. Beep, beep, highway. This time I'ma let it all come down. This time I'ma stand up and shout. I'ma do things my way. It's my way. My way on the highway. Check, check out me. Check, check, check out me. Check, check, check out me. Come on, check, check, check out me now. Check,
I don't really know
check
this
out me.
one.
Check, come on, check, check, check out me. Check, check, check out me. Just check, check out me. Check, check, check out me. Check, check out me. Check, check, check out me now. Check, 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 check. Okay, he doesn't get it.
I get the joke, I just don't know that song.
Okay.
I know it was in one of Weird Al's polka medleys.
Great job.
Am I still getting ice cream?
Are you? Do you have it?
Do you feel like you
Then
deserved
no.
it? Do you feel like you deserved it?
Okay, do we know alive? You know while we're on that project with you?
Mostly. I think.
Okay.
We're never gonna be allowed to act.
Oh, another Pearl Jam. Alive, according to a 1990 Australian newspaper report, more than 20 kittens were killed during the production of the 1986 film, The Adventures of Milo and Otis. I don't know what the fuck that is. And one cat's paw was intentionally broken to make it look unsteady when walking. I'm gonna curse you out, motherfucker. You know what happened to me this week? Most of which died by being thrown off a water. The next song would be Waterfalls by TLC. But that seems mean, so instead, Will's gonna play a song called Alive in celebration. Don't worry, those cats would have been dead by now anyway, so sing along.
Okay, well, you know what? I didn't write all of that. There were some of those words she threw in. It goes like this, ready? Oh, I found my pick. No, it's okay, we get it, ready? I can't do the guitar part while I play the strumming, you know? I can't do those. So we're gonna sing together, ready? And this call and response goes, every day is a new day. I'm thankful for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. So I learn from my mistakes. When it's beyond my control, sometimes it's best to let it go. Whatever happens in this lifetime. So I trust in love. You have given me peace of mind. I feel so alive. For the very first time. I can't deny you. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. For the very first time. For the very first time. I feel like a fly. Nailed it. She gets it. She gets it.
Oh my gosh, dang. I gotta make, I can't make that mistake.
Fucking pull it out at 1:30 in the morning. I'm doing it now. What did you do to me?
I will not be kneeling for this.
It's okay. So this song takes like 5 hours in the intro. No, it does, I promise.
I'm gonna give you 60 seconds.
I'm sorry, I'm finished.
We have a limit.
Okay, I'll go right into the verse. I hate Billy Joel, that's all I want to say. Rappers, I monkey flip 'em with the funky rhythms I be kicking. Musicians inflicting compositions that pain 'em like Scarface, sniffing cocaine, holding an M16. Yeah, with the Phantom Extreme, but bullet holes caught up in my peepholes. Suited up in street clothes, hand me a 9, I'll defeat foes. You'll know my stilo, with or without the airplay. I keep from me and Jay, sitting bent up on the stairway, or Reezer on the corner, betting grants with the CeeLo champs. Okay, I'll stop. And that's the end of my set.
Give it up for Will Wagner, everyone. I don't know what
I hope this fucking works.
And before we introduce our next guest, I want to introduce my favorite human being, Brianna Koksha.
So who is that, 7?
I'm going to introduce to the stage our very, very...
Okay, so...
Original song, future Mr. Yesteryear, F, C, G, E minor 7. Hello! I used to bring my guitar, but I don't play much music, so for April Fools, I figured I could do the opposite. But if you think that I'll be rhyming this entire song, I suggest you scan the barcode so you can sing along. Ever since I was young, see, I've loved lots of things, and my parents would encourage me, allowing for some range, and all they asked of me was that I make it through. Cause important jobs required me applying to a school. They said, do what you want, but be realistic to the possibility that living life and bills require certain things. I was a roofer, a custodian, a pizza man, a booker gin, a window cleaner, bar back, a wrestler playing corporate hack, a Sunday schooler, fondue, floor sweeper, driver, keeper, mom, and I lobster boat. Leaving open mics to overdub. Serving butter at a country club. Tried to build a game called Bubble Trouble. Was even working double shifts, but now it fits. 3 a.m. I'm in my jammy jams and I play my tunes, but I'm up like nobody's watching.
The solution I found was right in front of me. See, from 9 to 5 I wasn't meant to regret losing sleep. I spend my nights to beat my online goals. So now unless I invest my best, I'll become my next biggest fear. To be the future Mr. Yesteryear, who's still here. Someone do almost, few and far between. Get bigger than the moon. And it was hard to see when I felt like I could never do how I tried to be a company man, but I was never quite the type they keep, even if I could do their dance. I never could flock their sheep. I was stuck in the fence, brr, got some sort of the heat. They could stab in the chest, argh! It took time to bleed, splat! They turned my half into half, ag! So now I churn ice cream, yum! And find a bigger laugh, ha! Cause looking for a waffle, see? Waffle! Cause now I'm trying to be a company man, cause I wanna be the type you need. And if I can't make you dance, oh, you peak! The solution I found was right in front of me. See, from 9 to 5 I wasn't meant to regret losing sleep. Spend my night completing my online goals. So now unless I invest my best, I'll become my next biggest fear. To be the future Mr. Yesteryear, who's still here. Now here's the third verse. Lyric flip. Free falling. Capo 3. DG.
Oh, you know what? I thought of this ahead of time. I got drinks just in case. I didn't want to make you go get them. It's a Mountain Dew Code Red container, but it's got water. Of course it's got Mountain Dew. It's got the red one. Oh, this isn't even Mountain Dew. I don't even think that's the right shape. Hey, but seriously, if you see my script, it's on the ground somewhere. It's all my notes. There's so many words on that. Oh, I found the red one. Guys, don't worry. I figured it out. You gotta go 8 cans deep or so. That's the trick. Now that's how you get sponsorship. You dress nice, you show the products, name right to the camera. I'm sorry, this is about my origin story and why I'm like this.
Please tell us.
So, I've never been married. The closest I was 3, and I was at my cousin's house, and they had a neighbor who was about my age, and they were older, so I didn't get to choose the game. I guess I was hitting the bottle pretty hard. I don't have a lot of memories from that time, like face from Nick Jr., losing some teeth. It was a bad time, okay? I'm not saying I was at my best, I was at my 3. I was gonna do an entirely different set, and I'm like, the only way I'm gonna do this set is if they talk about church, and you fucks. I had planned this set for almost 35 minutes. I thought it through. I gotta go back to church stuff. I'm like this because the church, I figured out early that I enjoyed comedy. I could use it to get out of trouble. At some point that accidentally turned into flirting. And so at my church, I had a girl who was on my basketball team because I was in 5th grade. And our dads played basketball together. They were gay. No, they weren't. That's just the joke we could say around the church back then. No, we couldn't. We would get killed. That's how the church works. She pulls me into a basketball closet and kisses, as elementary school kids do. And I was like, oh, this girl really likes me. And she would always go soft on defense when we played. And I'm like, aw. But then I found out that she had a crush on my older sister. I was like, oh, she was playing with her crush's younger brother. It wasn't, I don't want to beat you at the game, because I would play hard defense, you know? I wouldn't let her score, because I'm not letting this girl I have a crush on go to the hoop. She's only got one hand. So, I'm like, at least it's not going to get much worse than the girl I had a crush on has a crush on my sister. I figure that's a pretty fair bar. Yeah, I was wrong. Couple of years later, dated another girl from my church, as was tradition at the time. And she dated my friend, as middle schoolers do.
And then I was like, oh, I gotta be okay with this, because that's also what middle schoolers do. And she brought her friend. I'm like, okay, you owe me one, as high schoolers do now. It's been a couple years. And so I was flirting with her friend awkwardly, the only way I know how. And she invited me to go babysitting, because she doesn't know any better. So my parents do, and so they would never let me babysit someone now. You can only imagine how they feel in the 90s. So I'm going to my friend's house, I'm gonna walk to her house. They live in the same neighborhood, they walk to the school. I walk over there, and babysitting when I was in high school was pretty much make the kid wanna go to bed. So we played a little video games, decimated, kid got no skills. And pretty soon he was crying, as kids do, because they're babies. And so I finally get my chance to make my move. The problem is I had no moves. My best move turned someone into a lesbian. I can't risk that. So I'm like, what do cool people do? Well, in the movies, cool people are like chewing gum, and they kiss someone, and they're chewing gum. I guess I watched maybe Grease. The problem was I didn't have gum, I had Tic Tacs. And so we proceeded, we'll call it the worst knock-hockey game of my career, because I ended up with 3 Tic Tacs still in my mouth, and she was left with questions. It was terrible. I couldn't let this go down as the kiss that ended it, so I get to the door, about to leave. No Tic Tacs, because I'm not going to let that shit happen again. Turn around, and we have a kiss. It's just bad. I walk back to my friend's house on cloud 9. I get to my friend's house. He's like, hey, how'd it go? I'm like, it went really well. Like, really? How you know? I'm like, well, we had a kiss. It was terrible. Then we had a kiss. It was just bad. I think she likes me. He goes, oh, I think she likes me. I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, because she blew me on the street. That's what my response could have been. It could have been that. It wasn't. Every thought I've had up to that point goes through my head like, holy shit, those Tic Tacs would have helped with dick breath. And I'm like, oh man, hopefully she's a lesbian. I'm doing everything I can to get out of this tough scenario. But I know one thing, I gotta talk to this girl because it's not a normal thing. That was a residential neighborhood. We're talking 1.5 acre plots. No less than 12 of her neighbors could have seen that blowjob. Like literal roadhead. You say roadhead, you think car. Like, no, she's from the streets. So, next time I see her with that youth group, I'm going up to her, I'm gonna tell her some fucking words. And her friend pulled me aside, she goes, you can't talk to her. I'm like, oh, I can't talk to her, watch me. And she's like, no, she's not gonna remember anything. I'm like, fuck her, she's not gonna remember anything. I go up to her, I'm like, hey, I got some questions for you. She goes, who are you? And now I have to question whether or not I'm living in Dawson's fucking Creek. Because it happens on the WB. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to react. Because I can't kiss someone without turning them gay or scared. And I have to deal with my friend who has a dick that gives people memory loss. Naturally, I'm intimidated. So we're sitting down for youth group, and I'm like, hey, what's the 1997 movie starring Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes? And she's like, Space Jam? I'm like, where's your fucking amnesia? Pastor's like, don't curse. Like, Pastor, this has nothing to do with you. The important thing is that you don't be there, like a fire. So I wasn't there any longer. A couple of years later, her friends are going to prom, and all of their friends are going. And they're like, you want to go to prom with this girl? I'm like, no. My best friend is going with her best friend. You have to go, because he's a friend. So I go to prom, but, because I'm no dummy, I know what she's into. So I hook up with her friend, outdoors, like a gentleman. She didn't enjoy it so much. So she's like, I don't want to talk to you for a while. I'm like, that makes sense. So I go to college, upstate. There's nothing to do but get abs. I got abs. I came back. She's like, wait a second, you're appealing? I'm like, oh shit. Not to you. And so she's like, you should come to my graduation party. Your friend's gonna be there who dated my friend, and everyone's gonna have drinking games. And I'm like, okay. I get there, and they feed me all the drinks, and they feed this girl all the drinks, so they want us to hook up. I guess this is season fucking 14 and Who Gives a Shit Creek. But they leave abruptly, and it's just the two of us drunk in her house, empty. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing this. I go upstairs to lay down in bed, go to sleep in the guest room. I hear the door open. She climbs into bed, breathes on the back of my neck. I get up. Something in the other room. I think I left the stove on. I go in there to check. Turns out it's a bed. I lay down. I try to go to sleep. Sure enough, that door opens again. And I know who it is because there's two people in the house, and this house is not haunted. So
All of a sudden, the covers move, I feel her breath in the back of my neck, and I hear the words I don't want to hear. Hey. So I say what anyone would in that situation. Suck my dick! And she responds, ew, gross. And I say, would you like to take this outside? And she goes, you're an asshole. I'm like, well then get out of your bed. And I can't help but think, I should have just said, you know, I've been married for nearly 23 years, and I don't have to deal with any of this at home. In retrospect, but, you know. Oh, sorry, I forgot to play music. It appears as though I'm just about out of time. Mike Tyson, in retrospect, I'd rather make fun of him because he bit his coworker's ear off. I can't do that. I'd get kicked out of Costco.
We just felt like it.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right?
For nothing, they were fighting.
Hello.
Will Wagner, guys.
Okay, so I'm gonna need 3 people. This is a song from my.
Okay,
Up next to our mic.
and with that, I would love.
We've come to the end of the night.
Quit stealing my act.
I don't want any jokes about.
All right.
Beautiful humans, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, I present to you Will Wagner.
There we go. That's guitar, I'm sure of it. And Mike. Yeah, that's there too. So, I got a cape on my pocket. I'm not just happy to see you. But I am happy to see you. So, Bill Burr died. Hold on, not that Bill Burr. Calm down. Bill B-Y-R-G-E. He was a star in the Ernest movies. Everything except Ernest Goes to Camp. He was Bobby. Just me? Okay. So he was really funny. And I'm going to do a song from Ernest Goes to Camp, the only movie he wasn't in. It's a sad song. I figured that makes sense. He's dead. Gee, I'm glad it's raining. There's always something to be thankful for. I'm awfully glad it's raining. No one sees a teardrop when it pours. No one knows the thunder is your heartbreak in disguise. They think the rainy night's what put the sad look in your eyes. Sure, I'm glad it's raining. The gentle rhythm soothes the pain inside. I'm glad the stars aren't shining. A wounded warrior needs a place to hide. I thought I had found someone I could count on till the end. What they wanted was a hero. All I needed was a friend. Gee, I'm glad it's raining. I hope the morning sun won't come up soon. As long as it keeps raining, no one knows my heart broke right in two. I thought I had found someone I could count on till the end. What they wanted was a hero. All I needed was a friend. Sure, I'm glad it's raining. I'm awfully glad it's raining. I'm gonna bring the mood down. A friend of mine died earlier today while I was practicing this music, probably. I don't know all the words.
So last week, for the first time in 2 years, I wrote a song. I wrote a song about the presidents using mainly 3 lists. The best thing about each president, the worst thing about each president, and a fun fact about each president. I had to fill in some of the facts myself, but it's mostly those 3 lists.
So these are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. 1 to 5. George Washington gave up his power peacefully, and his dentures weren't made of wood but ivory and gold. Inside his mouth were human and animal teeth, and he owned a lot of slaves, but at least he set them free. Eventually offered resources to the planet's navy, suppressed the slave rebellion. And I know that isn't great, but can we focus on the story about him chopping down a cherry tree? It was fabricated open to convey his honesty. Now let him kept us out of war in Europe. He also signed the Alien and Sedition Acts. The golden anniversary of declaring independence, he died. That was on the list of fun facts. That was from when Thomas Jefferson would kick the bucket, but he owned a lot of slaves and he never set them free. So Falcon did the Louisiana Purchase with France for our fans, broke a treaty with the Cherokee, which guaranteed them land, which effectively created a removal policy. Jim Madison was later with the pirate robbery, created the Navy as an aqueous solution, aka the father of the Constitution. Only 5'4", under 100 pounds. He wrote a check for the war of 1812 and it back. Vetoed the charter of the Second National Bank. He's too great, and you guessed it, he owned slaves. Monroe established the Monroe Doctrine in an attempt to prevent Europeans from moving in. First to have an outdoor inauguration by the founding father of his generation. Gave us the Indian Civilization Act. Also invaded Florida using Andrew Jackson back. He was hated for sending Seminoles to graze, and you guessed it, he owned slaves. The beginning of this song is gonna have a lot of that. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. 6 to 10. John Quincy Adams built up our infrastructure, but with Henry Clay he also found corruption, and Congress would elect him president in exchange for making Clay the Secretary of State. Every day he'd take a bath in the Potomac, and Royal saw his clothes and decided to politic a bit. The first woman to interview a president wore his pants. Following him, Andrew Jackson began the process of Native American removal without giving a damn about Supreme Court approval. Presidential power was expanding some. Jackson's total number of slaves, 161. First president born in a log cabin dropped the financial bag, causing businesses to panic. Along with Van Buren, they share the trail of tears. Like the economy over their 10 years. Van Buren owned one slave. At least he stopped the war, but it would have been with Britain that we kicked their ass before. Next, William Henry Harrison had the longest inaugural address. Didn't wear a coat. Bet you know the rest. Typhoid fever, died within a month. Another one who won't slaves. Like so many from this bunch, John Tyler next, same with the rest. I bet you get my hunch if you can suggest my lines. I guess I'm losing my punch. First succession of vice president to presidency. His annexing of Texas increased tensions and hostility with Mexico. John Tyler's veto was overridden by a Senate body who endorsed that the bill prohibited the president from expanding revenue marine service without Congress, aka building ships. What we should know is that after his presidency, during the Civil War, he worked for the Confederacy. Okay, this is still, technically, at the beginning of the song. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. 11 to 15. James K. Polk started the Mexican-American War. Could forget the time Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a game across television waves, playing for both high. However, the president did own slaves. First to retire after one term voluntarily, Tyler's love of cherries prematurely ended his presidency in his life. He'd eat them over ice milk as dessert. After 16 months in office, old Zach was in the dirt. He ended the slave dispute in New Mexico and California, but before you're set to see him go, he owned 300 slaves or so. Cherries were the fun fact, just so you know. Millard Fillmore took in immigrants from Ireland who were suffering greatly enduring the famine. He blocked the colonization of Cuba and Hawaii, had 3 total years in office, being Taylor's VP.
The Fugitive Slave Act was in the Compromise of 1850, turned down a Doctor of Civil Law honorary degree, saying no man should accept a degree that he cannot read. Following him, Franklin Pierce made Kansas bleed with the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. Franklin Pierce likely led us into civil war and did the Gadsden purchases in Arizona and New Mexico, which eventually lead to a transcontinental railroad. Dropped the inaugural ball to the death of his son. It's not a best or worst fact, so I guess it must be fun. James Buchanan pressured the Supreme Court quite a lot for a more comprehensive ruling in the case of Dred Scott, the only president to never be married. While in office, the White House hostess was his niece. And I don't believe that he owned slaves, but historians believe he was one of the gays. But only because what he said in his private letters and how he behaved. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. 16 to 20, Abraham Lincoln suspended habeas corpus and ended slavery to preserve the Union for all of us, but he imprisoned Civil War protesters, even if he's one of our few decent ancestors. In 1849, he got a patent for an invention, but it wasn't put to use, so that's why it's hardly mentioned. Johnson bought Alaska, mishandled Reconstruction, gave southern states the option if they wanted to remain an obstruction of freedmen. He was buried with the Constitution, did own slaves just before he went and led the Union. Ulysses Grant got the 15th Amendment passed, but in his administration the corruption was vast. He was born Hiram Ulysses Grant, but changed his name because he didn't like the monogram hug. Inherited slaves through his wife's family. Grant was the last POTUS to own a human. Officially, 12 of the first 18 presidents owned slaves. The next one didn't. His name, Rutherford B. Hayes. He beat up Bland Allison Act with low silver coin, held the White House's first Easter egg roll. Probably joined, used federal troops to break down the Great Railroad Strike of 1877. And while he wasn't the worst, he wasn't well liked. Garfield was the first to spend $1 million on campaigns. Some of the power that was lost during Reconstruction was regained. However, he opted not to give Charles Guiteau a choice position within his administration. Guiteau sent him to a mortician. He gave Garfield 2 shots from behind. Bullets remained inside. Over the next couple months, James Garfield died. And sure, the bullets were bad, but there's an argument that the doctors didn't use sterile technique and may have caused the infection that killed him even more than the initial wound. However, when I think about it, I can't help but blame the guy who shot him for causing the wound in the first place. Luckily, he's dead too. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. 21 to 26, Chester Ray, Arthur's Pendleton Civil Service Act guaranteed. Government hiring was based on one's performance, but he also signed the Chinese Exclusion Act, setting Chinese immigration about a decade back. First person to take the presidential oath of office outside the White House, inside his own home. Grover Cleveland found the ICC, the Department of Labor, and used federal troops to break the Pullman strike of 1894. Grover Cleveland was both leader 22 and 24, non-consecutive terms had ever been seen before. Grover Cleveland even answered the White House phone. His initial VP Hendricks died, he was all alone. Between his terms with Benjamin Harrison, who'd adapt to his fear of being zapped through leaving like on as he napped the Sherman Antitrust Act protects us from monopolies, but his legacy carries 2 fatalities. He sent troops to the Wounded Knee Massacre. McKinley began American imperial expansion before annexing Hawaii and the Philippines. Started negotiations for the Panama Canal, got through the Gulf Coast Range. He was the first president to use a campaign button. Teddy Roosevelt was the opposite of a shut-in. He founded 5 of our national parks, believed in conservation, and set the handshake mark. Because in 1907, on January 1, with 8,513 hands greeted, Roosevelt would become world record holder. 2 years after the Roosevelt Corollary, which justified Latin American intervention with the military. I'm sure that'll come up again. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the president. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts
about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the president.
27 to 31. William Howard Taft will continue to bust the trust like Roosevelt, but what we also must discuss is how in Nicaragua we intervened and occupied, a decision Taft likely regretted being tied to. One tradition Taft started way back in 1910, throwing out the first pitch of the MLB season, and now it gets thrown out by the acting president. After him, Wilson passed the 19th Amendment, which prohibited denial of voting rights based on sex, which is great, but Wilson's legacy is quite complex. He used the Espionage Act and Sedition Act as webs to imprison World War I opponents like Eugene V. Debs, the only president buried in Washington, D.C. The leader after him, Mr. Warren G. Harding, with scandals like Teapot Dome, where Interior Secretary Albert Fall in Wyoming secretly leased Navy oil reserves to private companies, and people found out about the bribes. They weren't pleased. He became the first cabinet member to go to prison. At least Harding's appointment of Hoover was a good decision, who avoided corruption while surrounded by scandalmen like Charles R. Forbes and his profession embezzlement. Harding got 2 years. His arrest was cardiac. First POTUS to visit Alaska and Canada. Fun fact. Coolidge passed the Indian Citizenship Act, oversaw a period of expansion. 20s roaring back. Chief Justice William Howard Taft swore him in, the first time that was done by a former president. He also signed the Immigration Act of 1924, and Asian applications weren't welcome anymore. Herbert Hoover gave us Mexican repatriation cause, financial crisis, and fiscal devastation caused the RFC's electric go down but worse. So along with increased tariffs, look for that in another verse. He sent us spiraling into the Great Depression, but at least he refused to take a salary as the president. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the president. 32 to 36. FDR established the FDIC. Being Japanese in America during his tenure wasn't easy. He ordered the internment of 100,000 people, the greatest modern president imprisoning us legally. He was the collector of stamps and 3 VPs, with Truman as the last who'd eventually succeed him. The Marshall Plan came from Harry Truman. The middle name S is not an abbreviation. It does not stand for another name, but he also happens to hold a much more dubious claim. The only man to use atomic bombs in war in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, killing nearly 200,000 Japanese civilians at the end of World War II. Before Dwight D. Eisenhower came through, he achieved a 5-star rank as a general in the Army, supervised operation towards the invasion of Normandy. He brought us our system of interstate highways. To Iran and Guatemala, he brought the CIA's overthrowing of their government, where they installed a bomb. Dwight D. installed a punning green onto the White House lawn. JFK defused the Cuban Missile Crisis, deserves his props, but the whole world watching botched the Bay of Pigs invasion. And the fun fact about Kennedy is he's the first president born in the 20th century. LBJ followed up when JFK got whacked, and LBJ also brought the Civil Rights Act, the landmark law about discrimination, changing public accommodations, outlawing segregation. He brought us deeper into Vietnam. When Bubba died in Forrest Gump, he ordered the dropping of the bombs. He graduated high school at the age of 15 and gave the nickname Jumbo to his penis. And everyone in the White House knew about it in the workplace. Disgusting. 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 That's why it's one of the worst facts. Vietnam, you guessed it, fun. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best fun worst facts about the presidents. 37 to 41. Richard Nixon created the EPA and was the first president to visit all 50 states. He was also sometimes known to go by Tricky Dick, a phallic name after LBJ. Fun fact, both bricks.
Nixon was the former VP of Eisenhower, but he's more well known for his abuses of power because he secretly bombed Cambodia and Laos. After Watergate, he was impeached by the House of Representatives, but he was pardoned by Ford, and the hordes who adored him before would come to publicly deplore him. When the fund list was written way back in 2008, he was the longest living president, which sounded great, but in the years since, he's been passed by 2 men. A fun fact, I survived becomes fun fiction, I'm dead. Nixon brought us Indochina migration while alive and passed the Refugee Assistance Act of 1975. Jimmy Carter's well known for the Camp David Accord. That was the first POTUS to use a nickname while being sworn in a foreign policy crisis on the presidency. So we may forget that he created the Departments of Energy and Education. Pull slid, he didn't win his re-election bid. Did it fall apart because he was outsmarted by a latent interference with the October surprise? Was it a deal with Iran or was Carter his own demise? Reagan was from Hollywood, 53 films to his name. He fought a war on drugs at home, except for crack cocaine. He ignored the national AIDS epidemic, broke campaign findings, brought forth trickled down economic illusions, but provided us with nuclear disarmament. H.W. Bush led a strong arming in Panama. He gave us the American with Disabilities Act, and one time he met the Japanese Prime Minister, and he yacked. He was also the only president to serve as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, but I didn't think that was as fun as the vomiting thing. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These are some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. 42 to 47. Bill Clinton balanced out the budget, sent cruise missiles to Sudan, hit a pharmaceutical factory while attacking Afghanistan. This happened within a week of when the Lewinsky scandal broke. Fun fact, he's a Rhodes Scholar who also lied on the road. Bush Jr. gave his PEPFAR addressing HIV and AIDS while in the Middle East he occupied and invaded. Georgia Bush and more than just failed Iraq war, doing something only POTUS 2 and 6 had done before. 2 father-son pairs became commander-in-chief after Hurricane Katrina. Young Bush botched relief added. Obama gave it the ACA, but if the fund list from 2008 was written today, you could say he expanded the drone war, didn't close Guantanamo Bay, said his invasion of Libya his worst mistake, gave it to Wall Street bailout, increased surveillance, downplayed Deepwater Horizon, BP's marine oil failure. And I don't approve of how he handled Russia and Crimea. Worst part, Barack Obama doesn't like ice cream. Now, all 3 lists feature no facts about Biden or Trump, but all they heard is barely hiding. Trump wasn't a movie star, but he once had a cameo in Home Alone 2. Spoke to Kevin in a passing role. When it comes to best and fun facts, I've got some good ones, but it's 2026 and some of you motherfuckers carrying guns. Trump speaks in riddles. Who knows what he means when he goes into the dressing room of young women and teens? Remember how you said that Biden sniffing made you scared? I agree, you're correct. That's why the 2 are paired. They both have broken brains and don't act on our behalf, and they really shouldn't lead us even if they make us laugh. You want some worse facts? Well, what if there's worse to come? Both these men give loads to those who feed us crumbs. So as we approach the 2028 election, I'm looking for the good and bad to make the best selection. One thing we can know for sure, and it isn't extreme, that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are fans of ice cream. Yes! One last time, but different. These were some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These were some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These were some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. These were some of the best, fun, worst facts about the presidents. And we're at page 10.
You know that this set I planned almost a full 45 minutes before driving here. I was gonna do other music. It was gonna be my rap song about Nancy Pelosi that I promised a year ago. But I cut my finger on some glass and now it's weird to hold down the string and I can't represent Snoop Dogg, so yeah, it's got a lot going on. It's a complex song, okay? So instead, I decided, okay, this is all the truth, and I think that's better. So, instead of that, you know what? As you can tell, I'd like to play guitar, and they'd like me to play guitar. So, I want to infiltrate what I call normie comedy
Now, normie comedy is guys who my age, all they seem to talk about is gross stuff. And I gotta trick them into liking me. So I had this set and I was never gonna do it again. I said the only way I'd do this set again is if Mike Tyson became famous again. And wouldn't you fucking know it? I thought I got away. I was so close. I already had my comedy set planned out, so I had to get from my origin story all the way to Mike Tyson. And naturally, it was a problem, but I figured it out. You see, it's really simple. I don't need a pick for that. I can't believe I'm still wearing a sweatshirt. What am I doing? Oh, is this being filmed?
Yes.
Wonderful.
This is live on Twitter.
So I want to look slim. I'm gonna wear something slimming.
This is gonna get.
What?
Did you need a pick?
No, I had one. I need a not pick because I had a pick in my hand. I need the opposite.
Is it a not pick? Okay, that's not a thing. That's a hand.
See, black is slimming, so if this is on video, you know, I want to look my best. You know what? My zipper is hitting the back of the guitar. It's kind of annoying. I'm going to put this down for a second.
Wow.
So the basic idea is that I have to figure out how to get from Mike Tyson to my origin story or vice versa. So I decided to put my sexual history in Mike Tyson punch-out terms because I noticed the parallels were similar. I'm somewhere in between Bald Bull 2 and Don Flamenco 2, spiritually. So you start off fighting Glass Joe. That fight's over in 41 seconds, but you gotta remember, the Mike Tyson's punch-out clock goes 3 times the speed of regular clocks, so yikes. So then it was Von Kaiser. That's when I started growing facial hair accidentally. I didn't know I was doing it, but it was a wispy little mustache, and I throw those looping hooks, and I was down in the first round, just like Von. But by the time I reached Piston Honda 1, I decided to embrace my trademark eyebrows. And every time I'd go in for a jab, I'd flex them. Yeah, she caught on too, and it was over in round 2. And so at that point, you know, I'm gonna take the sweatshirt off. At that point, it was out of the minors and into the majors. Now, majors, that's an interesting time because you start out as Don Flamenco, right? You walk around everywhere with a rose in your mouth. Walking up to girls like, yum, yum, yum. And they turn you down. They do. It's disheartening. And at that point, because I was away in college, I became kind of King Hippo. I'd wear my crown everywhere. I'd have those belly button Band-Aids. And then I'd walk up to women. I'd raise my hand for an interesting kind of punch and nobody throws. And my pants would fall. I'd hit the ground. I wouldn't get back up. It was terrifying. And so by the time I got through that, Great Tigers was when I started wearing hats. I disappear from bars randomly and show up like, nom, 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 and then she just knocked me right in the jaw. It was terrible, right? Then I got up to Bald Bull 1. Now, Bald Bull 1 was when I figured out my move. I need to pump fake when I'm throwing hooks. Clearly, I need to do this rolling thing when I'm doing jabs. And I figured out the secret. The secret is the bull chart. And I was in college, so my knees were still good. You can do it in a bar. You can do it in a bedroom. You can do it in a hallway if it's long enough. You're going to stand about 10 feet across the room. You're going to get into a crouch position. You're going to need to build up some speed. You're going to get about, I don't know, maybe 10 miles an hour. When you're a foot away, you're going to throw an uppercut right in the clitoris. Okay? So it's a complex punch, okay? I don't recommend you just go in there. Only with someone you love, okay? Because if she sees you doing it, she's going to punch you. You make this face. Like somebody left cookies in the oven and you fall down. Pretty soon you're out of a relationship. That's not the world for me, okay? That's what I learned in college. I'm still wearing a sweatshirt. Fuck.
You got 60 seconds to take
Okay.
the sweatshirt off.
Okay, so sure enough, I'm in the world circuit, and who would I fucking run into again? Piston Honda fucking 2. Same moves, terrible. You realize you weren't with this person for a reason. Another fucking sweatshirt? Okay, so at that point I started drinking more. I was a real soda Popinski. I didn't even care about my form on uppercuts. Because at that point I knew it was pretty much just there for the comedy, not for my form.
when I got out of that stupor, I was bald bull 2. That's when you run back into that X again. And, oh, you know what? I forgot about playing music. Still have this fucking sweatshirt. And that's my set.
I have a question.
Sure.
Who was coaching that scenario?
Oh, all her bitchy friends. I didn't have the time for that.
Approaching the stage is Will Wagner, which means
It's like a lemon. Sorry, I have icebox syndrome. That's the ice cream version of Stockholm syndrome. That's why when they make production based the video game, I get a 99 hand grade.
How's everybody doing? I'm gonna open up with a song that I think most of you know. Who here knows who Alanis Morissette and Fiona Apple are? They were told to smile more, and they responded by writing songs about how...
Okay, well that's a good point. I didn't prepare anything, and I was gonna do a roast.
Oh no.
I was gonna do a roast. That's what I was planning.
Half of your act literally is a roast of how like discombobulated I am on stage. So.
And the other half is ice cream, so I'm covering both ends of the heat spectrum.
Okay, are we happy? Are we good?
I feel wonderful.
All right, guys, let's give it up for Will Wagner!
Wouldn't it be funny if I only played music today? Okay, this is what my set wasn't gonna be. It was gonna be a roast, right? So I was gonna be like, "Oh, Josh sitting," like a roast goes. I'm not doing that. Instead, I got hats. Right? So right now I'm doing an impression of myself because I have my hat on.
how many hats do you wear, Will?
It's an excellent question. This is hat number 2. Like, same impression, same guy wearing the hat, same guy wears hat, same impression, right?
Oh, West Coast.
So that's 2 impressions I've done of myself. This one, this is when I'm in Montreal. I've never been there, so I can only imagine this is what I would be like. We're moving a little hot right now. I'm going to calm it down. So I was going to ask you, instead of like doing the traditional roast, I was going to ask you what you think is funny. Like, who has a thing that they think is funny, just a subject they want to hear jokes about?
Hats.
Hats? Great question. So this is what I would look like if I was in a different part of Canada. If I was in Vancouver, this would be me in Vancouver, but I would remind people that it's not a boot, it's a bout.
There's. I want to hear you talk about bears because there's a bear on that hat.
Oh, okay. So this is my nice hat. I only wear it when I'm really going out dressy. It's yellow. You've seen it. Oh, you know what else? I was going to talk about my favorite pickup lines, but I was going to really bring the mood down. Luckily, we started with some poetry that was real somber, so I'm going to keep that up. I worked as a bartender at Red Lobster. Hold for applause. No applause. Okay, so I'm responsible for my 3rd favorite pickup line that I've ever heard. Still no applause. I really thought, okay, girl walks in. She wants to get lobster bisque. I say, we don't serve lobster bisque. She goes, in this Red Lobster. I'm like, the world is a flawed place. And she goes, can I get tomato basil? I'm like, sure. And I go in back and get it, laughing at her the whole time. I bring it back to the forward. That's where we called the front of the store, the forward. It was all like Star Trek. And so we moved into 10 forward, and she's like, oh, I'll give you a credit card for the soup. And I take the credit card. I don't take it. I don't rob people at Red Lobster and get caught. And so I give it back, and I go, oh, there's a problem with your signature. She goes, what's that? I'm like, it doesn't come with a phone number, right? Right? We went bowling. I asked her.
So it works.
Yeah. So I beat her by 200 points. No second save.
No
In my defense, right, I threw the first 5 strikes of game 1. I hadn't been bowling in years. At that point, you commit. You're like, either I have to pretend like I don't know how to bowl, or I throw a 300, and she's like, I'm never going to date him again, but I got to blow him. Like, he threw 12 strikes in a row. Like, that's got to get something, right? And so I didn't go with that. I threw the first 5, and then we had game 2. I bowled through my legs. I only beat her by 130, but she got worse, so I was like, I'm not going to date you anymore. If you didn't learn anything from that exhibition, okay, that's number 3, right? Oh. So, when, this is if I was in the 1930s. So, my friend, when I wore this hat, he's part of my second favorite pickup line, right? If the first pickup line, that was a direct offense, right? Like, that was just St. Louis Rams. That's football terms, right? Kurt Warner's Rams is offense. You're not stopping that. Like, oh, there's a problem with your signature. And then you're like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, cross field, pump fake, Hail Mary, landed nothing. But two is more what I like to call the power I, right? So there was this girl who I went to high school with who was very forward about things. And her friend was in the backyard very backwards about things. And she was like, that seems like fun. And so someone was walking back there, and she was covering the door because she's a good friend. And she has to pull him to the side, and she wants to make out with him. She puts her arm on his shoulder, right? Spike runs out of power eye. That's how you know it's a good formation. So she just directed him. She's like, look, I know I'm fat and ugly, but will you hook up with me? And he's like, how do I respond to that? And then she leans in. She goes, you can put it anywhere. Now, that's what we call the option. Because she shuffled it back to the running back, and out of nowhere, he's like, I don't know how to react to this. And sure enough, they were making out in no time. That's how I know it was number 2. It went better than number 3.
What is happening?
Hattening. So my favorite pickup line is going to make you real sad. Okay, so I was at my friend's house, and his sister has had a crush on me for the longest time, and I would never do anything with my friend's sister because I'm a human being. So she's getting drunk, real drunk, and my friend's there, and he's hitting it off with her friend, and she doesn't like this. So there's nowhere to go through this easy. So he's getting blown in the backyard, and she runs back there and kicks him in the face. He's telling me a story. I'm like, hold on. Is she Eddie Gordo from Tekken? Did she go on one hand and capoeira kick you? Like, what the fuck was happening? Like, I was laying on the ground. I'm like, what? So you're in someone's backyard. You're like, can't get a blowjob. You know what? I better just lay down on the grass. Like, this was his plan. I'm like, you gotta deserve to get kicked in the face. Right? So she throws up and passes out by a tree. I'm waiting online for the bathroom. Can't wait to go home. She walks back in, looks at me dead in the eyes, puts her hand on my shoulder, goes, you have to make out with me. My mom's dying of cancer. And sure enough, I did. Okay? I'm not happy. Okay? But she Bill Belichick me. She found some rule I didn't know existed. It was like, if I take a knee on third down, I'm allowed to kick it through the uprights for 2 points as long as I have a punter. I'm like, who taught you the rules of making out with people? Oh. You know what? I'm probably running pretty late, but I'm also thirsty. And they said I wouldn't get a use for that Capri Sun that my nieces opened yesterday, but...
Is it a repackaged Capri Sun?
No, they opened up the straw and realized they already had a Capri Sun. I'll never figure that out. I'm gonna go with this one. So, I've done a lot of impressions today. This is what I would look like if I was dressed up as a character from Dumb and Dumber from the head up.
I was thinking more Dr. Seuss.
Right? I'm really good at impressions now, aren't I?
We brought different cookie. Go feed Cookie Monster.
He has enough cookie.
He was gonna want different
Offering of cookie.
You're not allergic to peanuts, are you, Cookie Monster? Anyone have an EpiPen?
I do.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
They're very.
Oh my god, are we going to Jurassic Park? Think about how long it took to do this. That's an impression. You're gonna kill me! Where's Marie Abramovich?
Stop it. I'm not casting magic. This is my impression of me with a lot of cookies. If I lived in the South, I had a little bit of a draw. And I think that's my sick. Thank you.
Why is it funny? I'm ashamed! Oh my god! Oh my god! It was amazing! My face hurts! Oh my god!
Up next, we have Will Wagner. Let's give him a round of applause.
I'm gonna play you some songs with my band. So I planned on doing a performative piece about the movie Out for Justice, but I didn't have enough time to work on it with my partner.
So thank you for the last 2 years of whatever you do.
This is.
And without further ado, how's everyone doing? And without further ado,
In an apartment store, I'll never go back anymore. I was up there was an acapella group called the Binghamton Cross.
and without further ado, let's give it up for Will Wagner.
Hello, my name is Will. I did 2 years in Binghamton for music, and while I was up there was an acapella group called the Binghamton Crosbys, and they played a song called Chicago. A few months ago, I did a set about the Karate Kid, and I learned one of the Chicago songs, but it was the wrong one from the Karate Kid, because all the Chicago songs sound the same. So I'm going to play my favorite Chicago song. It's not by the band, but it's a sing-along. The chorus is always the same. It goes, I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. And the verse is also sing-along, but you're only going to repeat the third line. You're going to yell it back at me. It's going to be like, a man and his wife teaming for a lollipop. What kind of lollipop said I? The sucker, she said, and sucker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I grew up in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a hose. What kind of hose said I? Well, rubber, she said, and rubber I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a beverage. What kind of beverage, said I? Well, liquor, she said, and liquor I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in an department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some playing cards. What kind of playing cards, said I? Well, poker, she said, and poker I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in an department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a Ford. What kind of Ford, said I? Well, Explorer, she said, and Explorer I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a decal. What kind of decal, said I? Well, sticker, she said, and sticker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a cartoon space robot. What kind of cartoon space robot, said I? Well, Bender, she said, and Bender I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some cake. What kind of cake, said I? Well, Layer, he said, and Layer I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a bandage. What kind of bandage, said I? Well, finger, she said, and finger I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some rockabilly. What kind of rockabilly, said I? Well, Big Bopper, she said, and Big Bopper I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some hot stuff. What kind of hot stuff, said I? Well, Slammer, she said, and Slammer I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some bread. What kind of bread, said I? Well, pumpernickel, she said. Nickel I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in with a goose. What kind of goose, said I? Well, gander, she said. Gander I did, and I could never talk to her about geese. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in from Mike's friend from Growing Pains. What kind of Mike's friend from Growing Pains, said I? Well, she said, I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for the song with a little help from my friends. I said, what song? With a little help from my friends, I said. Well, Joe Cocker, she said, Joe Cocker, I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a greeting card. What kind of greeting card, said I? Well, Father, she said, Father, I did. I can never go back. That's my kid. I still work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a manhole cover. What kind of manhole cover, said I? Well, sewer, she said. And sewer I did, and now I know I'm not gonna see that kid. I still work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a fulcrum. What kind of fulcrum, said I? Well, Lever, she said, but I already did, and now I'll never go back there again. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for the using of stimulated emission of radiation by excited atoms to amplify or generate coherent monochromatic electromagnetic radiation in the microwave range. What kind of device using the stimulated emission of radiation by excited atoms to amplify or generate coherent monochromatic electromagnetic radiation in the microwave range, said I. Well, Mesa, she said, and Mesa I did, and I can never go back anymore. I still work in Chicago in a department store. Thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for third eye blind. I said, what kind of third eye blind, said I? Well, jumper, she said, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came asking after car theft. What kind of car theft, said I? Carjacker, she said, and carjacker I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. And then his wife came in for a necklace. What kind of necklace, said I? Choker, she said. And I can never go back in. A man and his wife came in for some shorts. What kind of shorts, said I? Boxer, she said. And boxer I did, and I can never go back in.
There are a lot of words that end in
her. Doing roof repairs. What kind of roof repairs, said I? Well, gutter, she said. And gutter I did. Now they probably are warring for me. A man and his wife came in for some death metal. What kind of death metal, said I? Slayer, she said. And Slayer I did. And now she's definitely the warring for my rest. A man and his wife came in for some weed products. No, not that weed products. Whacker, she said. Whacker I did, and I can never go back yet. A man and his wife came in for some meat. What kind of meat, said I? Dead bodies, she said. So dead bodies I did, and I can never think about that again. But a man and his wife came in for a sword. What kind of sword, said I? Rapier, she said. And that's the end of my set.
How's everyone doing? As
as you can see, Will is gathering chairs. That's it. There's your intro. It's Will Wagner time, guys.
That's me. Tonight's sketch is presented by John. He was going to be here to do a sketch with me. He didn't get here, so now you all have to suffer. Just so everyone knows, I am not really Ponytail Joe. That's a character I've been playing. I just have a great prop department. The part of Dr. Kicks, played by Matt, will be played by Anthony. Double role, exception.
Playing Matt, playing
The part, exactly. The part of Miranda will be played by Tanya. You might have heard her poetry just before.
Yeah.
The part of secretary, but also the part of reading the liner notes, that'll be Melissa. And then when Anthony stands up at the end, everyone has to say, "Oh my God, ninjas." Okay, that's all you have to do when he stands up at the end. Melissa, whenever you're ready.
Martial arts.
No, marital arts.
Oh, let's try that again. Marital art. Thank you, Will. Interior, psychologist's office, afternoon. We open on Miranda, sitting in front of Dr. Kicks. Secretary calls into the room over the PA. Doctor, the other half of your 4:30 session has arrived.
Thank you, send him in.
Ponytail Joe opens the door and enters wearing a karate gi.
Sorry I'm late, I'm already dressed in... Wait, what's going on?
This is the counselor I was telling you about.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kicks. You must be...
Ponytail Joe. It's a pleasure to meet you, but I'm confused. I thought you said this was martial arts training.
No, I said marital arts training.
Ponytail Joe sits down, deflated.
Okay.
Fantastic. Let's start. I noticed a change in your body language, Joe. I encourage you to share these emotions with your spouse.
Well, honestly, I'm a little upset because my wife keeps using my hobbies to trick me into doing stuff I don't wanna.
It isn't that. You just don't remember the things that aren't important to you.
That's not true.
Okay, when's my birthday?
March?
And when is our anniversary?
March?
And when did Karate Fighter 6 come out?
March 15th, 1987.
See?
Well, when did you get married?
March 15th.
And when's your birthday?
December.
Well, I genuinely just forget things. What you do is intentional.
Elaborate.
Well, she said we were going to Kung Fu Fest, but then she took me to the dentist.
You need clean teeth.
I hate thrills. Sometimes we have to face our fears for the good of our health.
What about the other day when Miranda wanted me to take out the trash, so she told me there were ninjas in the garbage?
How would a ninja fit in our garbage can, Joe?
Ninjas come in all sizes, Miranda. They're masters of their environment, which you would know if you studied martial arts.
You pretended to be a mugger who gives our karate gym memberships.
Our neighborhood has experienced a surge in ninja-related crimes. I've even heard they're coming in through the garbage.
Okay, this isn't getting us anywhere. I have other methods of therapy.
Dr. Kicks stands up, revealing that he's in a karate gi as well.
Welcome to the next stage of marital arts training. Combat!
Ninjas flood into the room, surrounding the couple.
Honey, you shouldn't have. Is this my anniversary gift?
It's June!
Ah, my birthday.
Your birthday's March 15th, Joe.
Pull back from the scene as the couple defends itself versus lead ninja in Dr. Kicks. Yeah.
Get 100% of the words. Next scene, I will be custodian who moves chairs.
Will, you got like a type 5 or something you want to also do?
I don't got type anything.
Hello.
Love it. Well, this is going to be one of two things. Either I'm going to be the best comedian tonight, or I'm going to be the worst poet. Everyone is going to know it. I hope I don't show it. No, not blow it. Not blow it. We're going for show it day. I want to thank our hosts for putting this together. And the vendors for making me full. And everyone else for getting me ripped. The thing is, I prepared to do this set
And I made this change last minute. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send it to my phone. Poets look at stuff all the time. And so that's why this might be poetry. I also want to thank everyone for being so kind to show up for my birthday party.
Oh!
My birthday's in October. I didn't see this coming. In an attempt to learn how to use Twitter before it falls apart, tonight's jokes will all feature hashtags. Unfortunately, I have no fucking clue on how to use hashtags. Hashtag Elon Musk's elbows aren't real. So you may have noticed by the way I'm dressed that I have long hair. When people see my hair, they think one of three things. Either I know magic, I do karate, or I smoke weed. So growing up, I had this deep fear of my parents discovering that I do karate. Only because it got me high. I worried that one day I'd come home from church practice and they'd be like, "We found your stash of Steven Seagal films." And I'd go, "I don't know what you're talking about." And my mom says, "Come on, Billy. It was in your closet between the bong and the pornography." And I'd say, "Well, Mom, there's a really good reason why I have to do this." My dad would go, "Why is that?" I said, "Because Nancy Reagan's trying to bully me out of my drugs." And they'd say, "We were so confused. We love Nancy Reagan." But they didn't understand. She was daring us to go out there and do karate. With her failed anti-kick propaganda and those blowjob lips just looking at me. You know she's the throat goat, right? Now, before you think I'm being mean, I'm simply celebrating immense talents. She's just the only first lady we have well-documented oral skills success stories. I know we're all curious, did Martha Washington give rim jobs with wooden teeth? But unfortunately, so-called biographers didn't include that. You always leaving out the important facts, right? Anywho, that's hashtag Martha Washington's tainted legacy. I ask you this. If Nancy Reagan was the first lady 12 years later, do you really think Bill's ordering out for some blowies? Not with the goat at home. Monica spilled some on the dress. You really think the first lady of fellatio is going to make that kind of error? She would go 365 feet like Ken Griffey in his prime and snatch that shit back. Hashtag Nancy Reagan deserves a golden glove. And I think deep down we're all looking for our Nancy Reagan. And I've helped narrow my search by focusing on girls who recently quit smoking. 1, it shows they're willing to take on tough tasks, which I am. 2, you're only going to get a short window to cash in on that oral fixation. Trick here is making your dick smell like the right cigarettes, but I just throw my penis in an ashtray and hope. When I'm worried she's catching on to the ruse, I'll sit on the fog machine, and pretty soon my genitals start to look like a Spirit Halloween store. And what do you know? My birthday's in October. Hashtag Halloweeny. I'm also a firm believer in the existence of fashion. When I went to Vegas for a poker tournament, the first day I tried to be presentable when it was 115 degrees. And it was like being trapped in a denim microwave. So during a break of tournament day 2, I walked outside to do a little karate dressed just like this. And in Vegas, every garbage can is also an ashtray. That's not philosophy. That's just how they're set up. So you go outside to do a little karate, right? I walk over to a garbage. I figure maybe I'll powder my dick. The girl walks over, dressed in what I can only assume is a fruit roll-up stretched across her entire body. Now, the rest of this joke is not for blind people, because I learned I can speak Vegas prostitute. It's a body language. I'm not being mean. Okay? I will illustrate what happened between the two of us. She looked at me like this. Which, if you don't speak Vegas prostitute, means, would you like a Vegas prostitute? I replied with, which, if you don't speak Vegas prostitute, means, how do you know I'm not a Vegas prostitute? And she looked at me like this. Which, if you don't speak Vegas prostitute, means because you're dressed in pajama pants and a Sesame Street t-shirt. And I looked at her like this. Which, if you don't speak Vegas prostitute, means, well, which one of us is ready for bed? Apparently
my destiny to become the Oscar the Grouch of Vegas prostitutes. And I'm not one to unseat destiny, Oscar the Pouch. Hashtag. And while I'd love to go into the finer details of centaur genitals, here's the map time. But before I go, I want to mention that even though I love telling jokes about dicks and weed, I also make ice cream. Sometimes it's one of those in them. No, don't worry. I can assure you, you can't churn ice cream with your penis. Not that I know from experience. I'm only making this worse. Probably shouldn't have brought that up. Anyway, hashtag who wants some ice cream? That's my time.
I noticed that everyone here was bringing a lot of emotionally heavy material, and I like to be different. So I'm not doing new shit, I'm doing dog shit.
What?
Yeah, this is about my dog. I can't play piano with a check. What am I doing? My big fear coming here was that what if they make me play piano? And I was like, nah, I got enough clothing, I can get through this.
I'm just gonna record him for him.
On the way here, I was like, I do want to do a comedy set about how Lean on Me and Summer School are essentially the same movie. An administrator who wants to save their children, help someone learn how to read, deals with a girl who's pregnant, gets bailed out at the end by the family, the relatives he helped. I mean, Lean on Me has 4 musical numbers, so it's got that going for it, you know. But Summer School had Mark Harmon and a guy named Chainsaw, so yes, it's anyone's race. So, because I love to change the mood, this is about my dead dog. Because it's funnier to me to change the mood 3 times, you know? I wrote this song back when I was living with my brother's dog. And he wasn't living with us. He was in New Jersey because he had to pay for a house. Anywho, so me and Buddy, that was his name, Buddy, we got to know each other better as he went from middle age to late age because his original owner died, sad. But my brother ended up taking care of the dog with his girlfriend and his 3 friends. He dumped the girlfriend, lost the 3 friends, and had this house and dog and no one to look after it. That's where I come in. Because he's like, I want to live with you because dogs love you. And they do. And so me and Buddy, we got to the habit of after I came home from the service industry. Oh, I'm sorry. I went to school for music, so I worked in the service industry a lot.
Yeah!
So I'd come home at midnight, and me and Buddy would make the right outside the house. We'd go to the end of the street and walk back, and it was our midnight walk. And he'd come downstairs into the basement while I practiced piano. And he always had good ideas, but he had bad hips. And so he stopped being able to go down the stairs. And eventually, I had to go downstairs and play piano. I'd come upstairs, and me and Buddy would go for our walk. So me and Buddy are going for a walk, and eventually he can't go down the front stairs, so I have to lift him up to bring him downstairs. And it starts to feel like I'm not going to get to the end of the street one of these days.
Aww.
And so the last walk that we did make it to the end of the street, me and Buddy make that right we made like 100 times. And we get behind the house, and just like usual, this dog is outside and barking in the middle of the night, as he always was. And so Buddy, he sauntered over to the center of that driveway, and with those bad hips, he popped a squat, and he took a shit. Now, I didn't clean it up there because I was walking to the end of the street. It made no sense to have 2 lumps of shit in my pants. So, we get to the end of the street, and we head back. And sure enough, that dog is still barking. And Buddy, with his bad hips, he walks over to that first pile of shit. He turns and he looks that fence dead in the eye because his vision was terrible. He was just looking at sound. And he popped a squat and he gave a second shit. And now I can't clean it up. It's art. And I just think, in a world where I want someone to give 2 shits, I found a dog who does.
Yes! Ah, shit.
And it makes me so happy, and it makes me so sad, because every time I touch the piano and I start to play things, I want to play this song. And every time I play this song, I feel like I'm still in that basement, and I'm going to go upstairs, and we're going to take another walk. No, we're not. But for a few minutes, it's not gone, it's still there. If I can hold on to the song, and that's what songwriting is to me. Songwriting to me is when you finish a song, it means that it takes you back to the place you were in, spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever you need.
And it's exactly the core of why you wrote the song to begin with. You can make changes, you can make it elaborate, but if it doesn't have the core of why you wrote it, it's never complete. And you can change it, but until you make it more of what it was, it's never going to be what you want it to be. And this song is so special because for the rest of my life, I get to have my favorite song on the piano be about my favorite walks. And that's incredible. Who writes songs about walks? Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Oh my God.
Pantera.
That was good.
Oh, I've never played the piano before, so now you're wondering, does he really play piano? So if this should be the last one, hold on. Because when it's at your fingertips, it's still not gone.
Okay, I think this is good, Will.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
This is gonna be great. I hope so. You have 39 minutes of recording available.
No, I'm not gonna take 39 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, goody. Microphone by my face, so I don't gotta move my head.
Let's give it up one more time for Will Wagner! Whatever the fuck he's about to do.
Oh, is the guitar going through there? I'm not a guitar.
This is Will's resume.
Okay. Tonight, I'm sticking to the script to show you I can be a professional. How professional? I'm going to start out with my resume, showing that I can be both a main singer and a backup singer. But if I wasn't, I'd talk to you about the 1994 movie Speed. But I can't, because I'm a professional. So stop bugging me about it. Oh, I can't get to put a sweatshirt on. Oh, if you want more resumes, they're right there. I hit them.
There's physical copies of Will's resume.
Sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of my Macho Man shirt.
Yep.
Is there a macho on there?
Oh my God, it's more Macho Man.
Now I can play guitar. My first non-resume song of the evening is a sing-along. It's about being willing to shock people, titled Lucille. That's Loose space EEL. Jeff Daniels in 1994 was a real Lucille. He did Dumb and Dumber and Speed back to back. It's fun to pretend that it's a shared universe because in both movies, he plays a guy named Harry who gets shot unexpectedly while wearing a bulletproof vest. In Dumb and Dumber, luckily, he gets shot in the chest, which is a very weird phrase. However, in Speed, they foreshadowed that he was going to get shot during the first pop quiz. Keanu Reeves tells Harry he'd shoot the hostage in the leg, and then Harry's the hostage and he kneecaps him. And much like everything else Jeff Daniels does, it's hilarious. And you know how much I like leg-based material. Harry goes, "They're giving you a medal for shooting me, you little prick." Hilarious. But he's not even the loosest deal of the movie. Dennis Hopper is flipping the fuck out for nearly 30 minutes of screen time. He plays Howard Payne, who gets the craziest lines of the movie. Most of the time, they're directed at his TV screen when he's completely alone. It's like if my dad could make explosives and hated the watch his company gave him, just looking at his television screen going, "The whim of a madman, the whim of a madman." Now, I'm worried I'm not going to get all my songs in. So everyone do their best Dennis Hopper impression and sing along with me for this song. It's called Lucille. people. How's everyone doing? Oh my God, there's so much of me.
There's so much of me.
The guitar case looks empty without any Fraggles in it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my, what are you trying to do?
Do you want to switch the mic stands out?
I'll just use this for my tablet. Sorry, this is technical difficulties. This doesn't go on my track record for taking too much time.
Clever son of a bitch. I'm like,
You and I
boring is
are like
also one of
peas
those
in the
people
same
that's
each
just,
other's
like,
sandwiches.
Immediately.
My name is Will Wagner. I play comedy and do music. And when I'm not on...
So, how we doing?
No sweatshirt tonight?
And it's gonna go on over the guitar.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate whatever this is. Welcome Will Wagner to the stage, everybody!
Okay. So, I'm gonna just secure this, probably. I might secure this.
Do you want to use the other
It's
mic?
a little stripped.
Are
Sorry.
we all?
Are you using both mics?
I'm just gonna use both mics and a guitar.
You fucking better.
Sorry,
Sorry, I don't know why I'm like.
No, you're good, you're good.
It's okay.
No, it's Will.
She already introduced me. They know who I am. Okay. I'm gonna be singing in one, sometimes. So we'll make this the one that I sing in sometimes, okay? I'm gonna play Linger. No. Everyone got real excited for 3 notes. They're like, oh my God, the song I want to hear? That can't be Will.
Which one do you know? You still like somehow found the person who likes that POD song the least.
Every day is a new day. I'm gonna need a little more from this My God thing. I can't take it for granted.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, okay, this is wonderful. So when I'm on this microphone, I'm going to tell you a story and play you a song I played for the cousin who got me interested in music, and the material will be less jokey. But when I'm on this microphone, I'm a joke machine. As I tell you about the movies I hate for totally legitimate reasons. Here's an example. I hate the 2011 movie Jack and Jill because it makes me miss Big Mama's house. Staring up at a front porch light of a building I never knew. Every time I'm left alone, left here thinking of you. Every reminiscent thought, and everything I see. Every educational stroll, and every turn of my key. I still take walks to the same damn place. I knew you'd want it that way. I still take walks to the same damn place. I knew you'd want it that way. And I hate 2016's Sausage Party as much as 2017's The Emoji Movie. I've never seen either, but I do hate them. I grew up in a big family with over 25 cousins, but Jimmy and Steven were the coolest guys. And to a kid like me, they looked and behaved like rock stars. Anyone know what the 2005 sequel to Cheaper by the Dozen should have been called? Anyone? The answer we were looking for was Cheaper by the Dozen 2, Baker's Dozen. Cousin Steven lived with his mom out east, and one summer day, my mom and I drove out there, and instead of playing the 1987 game Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link on NES. 1987 is also when Leonard Part 6 came out, and it's fucking terrible. Bill Cosby's acting is bad. No sword fight with hot dogs can redeem someone for drugging people, even if it is alleged so I don't get sued. The drugging, not the hot dog fight. I've seen that shit on HBO. I give it 0 out of 3 stars. So we walked in the side gate. My cousin Steven sat next to us by the pool, fiddling around an acoustic guitar with a lit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I'd only been there once or twice because I was only like 5 years old and it was 1990. But 1990 is also when the movie Ghost Dad came out, starring Bill Cosby. Still fucking hate that guy, but we already have a movie in 1990 with Ghost in the title that rocks. It's called Ghost. Patrick Swayze is the main reason why I listen to the Righteous Brothers while I do my pottery. Unfortunately, this isn't a list about good movies that I do like. Cousin Stephen had this way of smoking a cigarette like it was lucky to be on his face. It hung out the side of his mouth as if it knew better than to fall. So when my mom went inside the house, I could just focus on the guitar. I'd never seen anyone play guitar in person outside of church. And I also hate the 2010 version of The Karate Kid. I already don't like repeating titles, but when The Karate Kid is a movie about a kid who learns Kung Fu, just call it The Kung Fu Kid. Steven was playing Patience by Guns N' Roses, his favorite band. And while he was good at guitar, I'd never heard the song before, so I thought he wrote it. And if you've never heard Patience before, this is Patience by Guns N' Roses. I hate The Love Guru and You Don't Mess with the Zohan from 2008. I imagine these two movies exist within the same universe. Then I imagine that universe blows up. Then I smile in exactly that order. He asked me what video games I like, and I told him The Adventures of Link, but it was too tough for me to beat. He showed me how to get through the scary parts without needing my brother's help. He was so busy helping me with video games we forgot to go in the pool. The whole reason we went over there. 2014's Edge of Tomorrow had the original title Live, Die, Repeat, which is way better. Whenever anyone hears Edge of Tomorrow, they're reminded of the theme song from Saved by the Bell, the college years, right? Just me? Fine. Back to the stuff you know is gonna get inevitably sadder. After that, Jimmy and Steven went down some dark paths. Z and Steven became a rarity. As my other cousins began driving and having jobs, we'd hear stories about being put in dangerous predicaments unexpectedly. I was too young to drive. My Aunt Lucky, Uncle Big Mike, and Jimmy eventually moved off the island. Steven stopped showing up at events for a bit. We didn't see those two for much for a handful of years. Now You See Me from 2016? Why the fuck didn't they call the sequel to Now You See Me, Now You Don't? It's like calling your first movie Peekaboo and not calling the sequel I See You. Oh, if it was a horror movie, the ICU would be an initial for like intensive care unit, you know, because of all the blood. When I was 18 at a wedding, I got a chance to speak with my cousin Steven for the first time as an adult-ish. I was too young to have any problematic interactions with him from growing up, so I still looked at him like the guy he was in by the pool. And we pretty much only talked about music. But a note for 2006 Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector. Never list two jobs for the same person in your movie title. Larry the Cable Guy doesn't sound like an actor, it sounds like a sequel to the movie Cable Guy. I told him I'd recently started playing guitar. He wanted to jam, but he was living 10 minutes away. I was finally old enough to drive, and the coffee shop by him was where his bandmates always jammed. Question for 2005's Herbie Fully Loaded. Why would you put Fully Loaded in your movie about driving? I had already had a Lindsay Lohan vehicle, now the car is drunk and I'm the one who's sober. Correction, mostly sober. I decided to play an original song that my friends seem to like. It's what I've been playing for about, I don't know, 18 minutes now. Guitar wasn't my strong suit. My strong suit was lyrics. At that point, all my lyrics were about petty bullshit, so I sang him some of my petty bullshit lyrics. But I hate 2011's Transformers Dark of the Moon. Did they forget to head side, or did Pink Floyd threaten to sue them? Which is it? Because there's no way they landed on fucking Dark of the Moon intentionally. Dimly walk through dark hallways, darks with you with a nothing to say. I still wish I had static on the phone, you're whining, you're bitching, just take a deep breath, stop yelling and listen. I still believe that 1998's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is bad because the notes should say, I know what you did 2 summers ago. Time doesn't freeze just because you're making a sequel. That's not how time or sequels work. I know you've somewhere else to go. I know you've someone else to see. Your place isn't in my head, tongue-tied, losing time on me. 1992's Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is messed up because Kevin isn't home and he's not alone. There's a bird lady and people everywhere. Anyway, how the fuck are you going to be both home and lost? Now, there are 2 more verses in an outro, but I'm probably running too late, so we can skip that. I don't like 1999's The Sixth Sense. Count the senses with me. Taste, touch, smell, sound, sight. If you see people that's still using your sight. Oh, you see dead people? Great. Still only your 5th sense. Stop padding the stats. Cousin Steven's been leaning back in his chair the whole time, relaxed but paying attention. He's not really changing his expression with a lit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That was per usual. He leans slowly forward, ashes his cigarette, and he looks me in the eyes and says, "Nearly every Star Wars entry is wrong. Episode 1 is about Rise of Anakin Skywalker, so we should call it The Rise of Anakin Skywalker instead of The Phantom Menace." Oh, no, he really said, "Dude, that was incredible." The fact that it was about my petty relationship bullshit stopped mattering. The guy who wrote Patience liked my music. It's the only song I'd ever get to play for him. But Star Wars Episode 2 is about the Sith getting revenge on Darth Maul being taken down, so it should be called Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, because the clones barely even fucking attack. We still see Steven at weddings, and I remember he'd say, "I love you" more than everybody else in the family. Maybe it's because he saw us less, but I think he was just built a little different. But Episode 3 is where the clone armies does most of their attacking, so I think we should call it Star Wars Attack of the Clones, you know? It's a more appropriate title. And I told this story at his wake without as much focus on the movies I hate for totally legitimate reasons. So I didn't mention how Episode 4 is where Luke, led by Obi-Wan, trains to be the first Jedi in a generation, or Star Wars Return of the Jedi. You get it, because he wants to bring back the Jedi. Now, Cousin Jimmy couldn't make it due to obligations with the state of New York, but the news hurt him terribly. And in the lobby of the funeral home, I was able to speak to Steven's son, who was himself a musician. But Episode 5 is where he studies under Master Yoda and expands his understanding of the Force, or Star Wars The Force Awakens. How does he do more stuff with the Force in this one? By awakening it. He told me a story of how his father dove into a pool with a lit cigarette, and when he came out of the water, it was still lit, hanging out of the side of his mouth like it was lucky to be on his face. And I couldn't help but think, he finally got to go in that pool. After Yoda dies in Episode 6, spoiler alert, there's a showdown between Luke Skywalker and his father over who will be Star Wars The Last Jedi, because they're the only Jedi left. But I'm worried that this set is getting too grim, so let's pretend I hit that kid. If that doesn't lighten the mood, then pretend I ate him. But when Episode 6 ended, the Empire was thwarted. In Episode 7, there's a bigger version of the Empire, more dangerous than before. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back? Oh, I think it works pretty well for that one. Okay, well, what if I told you that my Uncle Mike also died? Would that break the tension? Don't worry, though, because in Episode 8, Rey represents a new hope, and I think you see where I'm going with this one. Star Wars, A New Hope. Sorry, I'm just really going through it right now. Humor and emotional manipulation are my coping mechanisms, and those two people thought I was a pretty funny little guy. Either that or I'm lying, and this becomes my acting reel. If they already used Rise of Skywalker for Episode 1, there's only one place left to go for a story about a phantom that menaces people, giving us Episode 9, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, reversing the first and last title. Every title in the series makes more sense with a different movie, and people deserve to know about it, but I know you've somewhere else to go. I know you've someone else to see. Your place isn't in my head, tongue-tied, losing time on me. Thank you for taking your time with me.
How's everyone doing tonight? Are we drinking the green beer? Are we having a nice time? Are we tipping our bartender? Over. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Will Wagner to do whatever Will Wagner do.
Ooh, this sounds better than it normally does, because I don't got good...
And before we introduce our next guest, I want to introduce my favorite human being, Brianna Koksha, because she's been gone for a little while, and she hasn't been at the last 2 open mics. So I just wanted to show off her face, because it's wonderful, and because I love her. Bree is the other half of Production Babes and the other half of my heart. And Bree is an exceptional co-host, audio engineer, co-founder, co-human, and I love her. Co-brain cell, co-human, and I just wanted to shout her out because she hasn't been here for the last 2 open mics. And with that, I'm going to let Bree introduce the next guest.
Up next is Will Wagner. You may stand.
I
I'm buckled.
Can I put this down? I've been holding it a long time. Everyone's gonna wonder what's in there if I don't open this shit up.
It's all I want to know.
Well, why? That makes no sense.
Hi, Dylan. This is Bill.
So, last month I tried to give you an idea of what it's like for me to put a set together. I told you some of the things I didn't do. This month I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, and I told myself I wouldn't edit it, I'd just read it when I got here. And here we are.
Oh.
If you'd like, you can read it too. It's on that scannable QR code. I've been going back and forth with what I wanted to do for my set this month. I decided to write down a specific set so you can understand the variants I go through. Oh shit, I said that. I started by playing my song 4th of July because this event is technically closer to the holiday than the last open mic. But I liked the screenplay reading last month, and I thought it might be fun to read you a screenplay from a sketch I did called Erotic Novels Edited for Basic Cable.
Yes? You're correct.
Then I found out my parents were selling my childhood home, and I was going to tell you some sad stories about loss and taking walks, but I already did something like that with piano. Technically, it's the opposite of comedy. It's more like therapy, if we're being honest. Probably necessary, but not on the third Monday. Then I thought about doing a song and dance number about my cat that goes like this. Everybody knows it's the Neenerkins, cutest cat I've seen. Everybody knows Mr. Neenerkins, the cutest cat I've seen. They say, hey, here comes Neenerkins, baby. Everybody knows it's Neener time. But I didn't want to do that. The twist would be when it turns into a rap battle versus my cat. I would lose terribly because all my verses are nice while he just attacked my core insecurities, which makes sense because Mr. Neelix is really good at rapping. Once again, too much like therapy, and since I haven't won a rap battle yet, that's why I didn't do that set. Then I realized how much success I had by eating and considered just flipping the script by drinking as much water as I could over a set, just pounding waters. I'm not as practiced at it, and I didn't want to risk spilling anything on the floor again. Also, I'd be too tempted to pour water on myself like an 80s hair metal video.
Yes.
Think of me in place of Tawny Katane from Whitesnake's Here I Go Again music video. Then I started building a video game, and I thought it'd be fun to invite someone up here to play it with headphones on, but I'm already hauling this ice cream. That's when I went into my bread and butter. I'm going to send you a script so you can read it and use props. Then I realized this is the only chance I'll have to respond to an insane week. And so life chose this set for me. Now, I don't get political in my performances usually, but today I want to talk about...
Oh, God.
The Karate Kid. You might remember my RoboCop Som or Terminator series review, and much like them, I prepared visual aids.
That's fucking RoboCop.
So my favorite movie of all time was Follow That Bird, up to the point where Big Bird turns blue and the movie scares me. But that was only until I was 28. My second first favorite movie of all time was The Karate Kid. Who here is familiar with the Karate Kid series and its spin-off Cobra Kai?
I watched like part of the first season.
Oh my God! I went through all this prop work? Okay, for the uninitiated, Karate Kid is pretty much just Rocky for teenagers. Italian guy who solves all his problems with violence seeks aid from wise old man to help him find love with dozens of hours of sequels and spin-off content. It's probably responsible for my first two crushes. Elizabeth Shue, oh my goodness. Beautiful blonde girl at the beach agrees to a date with a guy who's riding shotgun in a Flintstones car with his mom driving. Really set the bar high for me. Luckily, there was my other crush, Pat Morita, known as Mr. Miyagi. A senior citizen who tricks this helpless kid for 60 minutes until he starts kicking people in the face. Fuck, that's hot. The scene where Daniel meets Miyagi. Daniel walks into his custodial office looking for a handyman to fix his kitchen sink. Miyagi slowly turns around from trying to catch flies with chopsticks. Already hilarious. And just stares him down. Daniel, 17 years old, asks the handyman to do the thing he was hired for and is met with disdain. Walks right out. By the time he shows up to fix that sink, Daniel's already gotten beaten up twice, gets told he can't play soccer anymore, and picks up a book on karate. Now Miyagi shows up, turns a wrench twice, and does nothing else handyman related for the rest of the series. Becoming a pioneer and working smarter rather than harder. Miyagi turns chores into karate, but he also teaches. Not Daniel's son, but mothers across America. They realize that they're going to be able to trick their children into doing chores. You got to take out the garbage. It's going to teach you how to do overhead throws. Like, nah, not this time, Mom.
Sorry. Sure, he teaches wax on, wax off, sand the deck, paint the fence. A 27-year-old teenager can learn karate. But even the non-karate stuff he does is a trick. What about that bicycle? We never see him fix the bicycle. Maybe he's teaching other kids karate by having them fix a dumpster bike. Chain on, chain off, or some shit. Why? So he can hook another child into his racket of fixing up his property. Daniel looks for him, clipping a bonsai tree, and once Miyagi gets him to sit down and landscape his chia pet, now I only printed out one paper, so I'm gonna have to free roll it.
Careful.
No, I'm gonna kick that.
Oh, no.
That's a joke. That's why it's the comedy set.
Are you now Ken from Street Fighter?
This is Ken from Street Fighter. So, I give out a world of Karate Kid references, nothing. I do pants, and you're like, got it. I've seen them red pants before with the vest. Well, now, the belt would have given it away, so I'm glad I didn't jump the gun with that. Anyway, that's not the trick that Miyagi plays as my favorite. My favorite trick in the movie is when he convinces Daniel that a shower is a Halloween costume. He doesn't even teach him karate, it's just to fuck with him. He's like, go to this Halloween dance dressed as a shower. Who goes dressed as a shower? He's like, well, it's got a curtain. No, like, why would anyone dress up like a shower? You don't go to a Halloween dance and see sinks. Like, oh, me and my girl are going as a tubby combination. That doesn't happen at Halloween. No one's like, oh, which appliance will I go as this year? Well, last year we were the fridge. We're gonna be the dishwasher and the washing machine. Why? Because we're on the outs and you're cheating on me with the dryer. Like, it makes more sense than the shower thing. And I'm about at my time. I'm glad I brought my props. But like this set, in 6 months, we'll have the end of the Cobra Kai series, and that's when the other half of this set will happen. That's what they call foreshadowing in the biz. You have 6 months to catch up on all that, so I can inform you about how Chosen was really correct. And you go and say, who is Chosen? I'm like, that's your job. You have 6 months and about 75 hours of television and movie. Okay, and when I come back here and I make these references, you're not going to get them. Because you will have watched it 6 months ago. And it will already be forgotten. But just remember, you're like, oh, remember back when he told us to watch it and we did? Didn't help his set at all. He was wrong. I wish he was Ken from Street Fighter.
Oh, do we have to watch part 3?
I'm pretty sure all the parts. Otherwise, how will you know if he does the thing he does in the 3? And that's the end of my set. Oh, I have ice cream. I don't want to bring it home, so you should.
What kind?
Lots of kinds.
I have 4 kinds. A Lucky Charms, cookies and cream. I got birthday cake. And then the other one is chocolate salted caramel.
Yeah.
So who is that, 7? So who's the next one after 7?
I have 9. Does anyone have 8?
I have 8. 8.
I'm going to introduce...
Okay, so... Oh, you know what? I thought... Mike Tyson. Hello.
Will Wagner, guys.
Oh. Luckily, I have 2 things I'm working on. Only 2. Everything else is going right. No, it could have been anyone.
Yeah. Not the shortest fucking.
Ooh. That's a pretty guitar.
Yeah. Thank you. It's made out of guitar.
It's made out of guitar.
This is my favorite guitar. I don't bring it out often. Oh my gosh, I still have stuff in my pockets. I can't play with stuff in my pockets.
You're fine. Here we go.
Oh, you know what? I still have this sweatshirt on. You know how I feel about playing with a sweatshirt on.
You don't like it. You're not a fan.
I'm trying to reach out to my parents more because I tricked them too bad the first time I did stand-up comedy. I told them I was doing a set about how Home Alone's a better movie if you replace Macaulay Culkin's character with an actual cat. And then when they showed up, it was all about how trauma of my childhood made me like this.
I love you.
So I've been trying to write a set that's more contoured to them. And so my mom, she likes 80s action movies, and my dad, he loves church. So I wrote a song about RoboCop.
Oh my God! Wait,
and I need a lozenge. I can't play guitar in these kind of pajama pants. Not electric guitar.
I know, but you're still wearing them.
No, I'm not. These are silver.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, RoboCop! I mean, obviously, I can't play in a white shirt. I gotta look cool. I gotta match.
know. Well, the shirt has to match the pants.
I'm so ready for this. Has anyone ever? Hold on. Look, this isn't about me. This is about RoboCop. Okay? I wish you'd listen to more about our Lord RoboCop. See, my problem with my parents is that I think I can win them over if I can trick them this time. But I'm gonna need your help because I'm recording it and everything. And so,
You recorded the part about you tricking them, right? They're gonna hear that too?
No, I can edit still. I got thumbs, I'm working on that. Here's how a song works. I'm gonna say something and it has a line that triggers the end. And your refrain is, that's fucking RoboCop. That's all you gotta do. I'm also gonna signal you because sometimes I'll hold out and that's fucking RoboCop. You know, I'll give you the point and everything. Okay, so all rise.
All rise.
That shit is definitely RoboCop. That's fucking RoboCop. So the first RoboCop movie was about Peter Weller as Alex Murphy, an officer who gets his hand shot off by Red Foreman, and as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop. Then Lieutenant Murphy gets put into a robot body while still having the same partner, Lois, but he cannot see his family again. And as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop. So Murphy has no choice but to shoot everyone in a satirical comedy about fascism, the police state, and the perils of large robots getting stuck in stairwells. And as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop. But the makers of the first movie wanted to appeal more to kids, since the family theme of the first one was about losing your family, so they put a kid in it, and then they have him become a drug lord who's shot to death by the main villain and found by Murphy, because, as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop. Well, technically, it's RoboCop 2, where Robo has no choice but to bring down a psychotic drug-fueled robot who's turned into a weapon by a corporation that manufactures a weapon for the police, once again capturing some of the satire of the first film, but not doing it efficiently. And not really more appealing to kids unless kids like being shot. And as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop 2. However, in RoboCop 3, they wanted to reach out to more families. So there's a kid in it as the main protagonist who helps RoboCop after Lois gets shot by the police. And because they want to appeal more to families, that kid's family's also dead. So now RoboCop has to raise her. But good news, the bad guy's computers. And she's good at computers. So she programs the Japanese samurai robots to attack each other in a movie I'm pretty sure is racist. And RoboCop technically doesn't win the final battle. He just lays down while they chop each other's heads off with sword because Japanese, but he flies away in a jetpack because, as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop 3. Help, save, comfort, and... Oh, no, wrong song. And as we all know, that's fucking RoboCop. That shit is definitely RoboCop. That's fucking RoboCop.
Okay, so I'm gonna need 3 people who want. This is a song from my youth that was very important to me. It's a duo of French Canadians who would go on to change the wrestling world. So that's. And the chorus is very simple. It goes, we're all American boys, all American boys. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français? Tell all of the girls the Rougeos are on the way. Don't call us pretty boys, we're not a musclehead. We hate that long hair look, we like the preppy looking sad. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. All American, all American, all American boys. We don't like heavy metal, we don't like rock and roll. All we like to listen to is Barry Manilow. Something in the French, I can't say those words, but it's okay, cause we love the USA. Hey, we're all American boys. All American boys.
Everyone hits my dog, right? Yeah. For America. Yeah, I didn't have the strap. It was holding me back the whole time. I thought I was being strangled. Growing up, my best friend lived next door. When I was in like 6th grade, we played these wrestling video games. Like, you should let me bomb you. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, I know how to do it. You gotta jump. He's like, okay. Dropped his head on the roof. Probably gave him a concussion. He grew up and he became a doctor. Still hasn't thanked me. Okay, that was my wrestling material. That I limited for Chaka because if I just do too much Chaka, crowd goes mild. There are original songs I wanted to do. There's bits that I wanted to do, and I need lyrics because, unfortunately, I'm terrible at memory. Great at the game memory, bad at the practice memory. And so, you remember when I did 2 songs at the same time, and you were like,
Yes.
hey, Will, you're taking up way too much time? You're like, oh, what is it?
Okay, up next, front row. I hope you're paying attention. Lena is not. Front row. We have something happening with Will Wagner.
Yay! Something is happening, and I'm not sure what it is.
Hold on 1 second. It's a game show.
I want to sit down because it's who I am.
Because it's who I am.
I'm going to sit on a chair, baby. I've got a good source on chairs.
I got a good source. I'm excited. I got a plug for chairs.
I know, everyone sees me without a sweatshirt, you're like, oh, music. I promise poetry. Here's the thing. I want it to be a game show. So there are 2 sides to this, right? This side's poetry. Okay?
Okay.
Your poetry. And,
All right, that's perfect, Lance.
and that side is comedy. Can you just give us comedy?
Oh gosh. Comedy?
Okay.
Enjoy
Okay.
being comedy.
So I'm going to be doing poetry, but you have to laugh the whole time, and you cannot laugh at all. And I will be awarding points based on which team is better.
That is not laughing.
Switch teams. Switch teams. It's now
That's not how that works.
Okay,
Is that not
sonnet
what
number
bisexuals
5.
do? Do bisexuals not do that?
Okay. The first round is sonnets. I will be doing one sonnet.
I'm not permitted to laugh. This is horrible.
We grew up sharing common days, assailed by friends and lightness. Somewhere underneath the blaze of summer sun and brightness, we stare with eyes of younger souls, wishing the fall would never come. Along beaches, we pay the tolls, remembering times when we were young. Times I've confused zeal for lust, staring long-term at vacation. Why aren't you laughing? I compare them all to you. Tasting sweet, your mountain dust. Bubbling rising carbonation. I'll always love you, Mountain Dew. Hey, they win round 1.
That was really hard.
Always love you, Mountain Dew.
I'm so glad I'm on comedy over here. That's not fair at all.
You know what the problem
No!
What is that? I didn't my prop. That was on me. I'm sorry. Comedy. I ruined round 1. Okay.
Are we not allowed to
So I get a penalty. This is for me not handing myself my Mountain Dew. I'm also the ref, so this is for me sullying the good name of Mountain Dew.
Oh my God!
And I'll be awarding 1 timeout. That's the end of sonnets. Time for a drink. That was a close one.
Chug, chug, chug.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was a double dribble on me. I got some on my lip.
That's penalty.
Double dribble mouth. That was the one I was looking for. It's on me. Okay. On to haikus. This is my selling out to Disney haiku. Keep laughing. You got it. Beauty and the Beast. Monsters University. The Little Mermaid. Okay, nothing? Okay. I got you. This is my selling out to the Marvel wing at Disney haiku, but I got the other pants so they can win me back.
Infinity War, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Endgame. Tough crowd. This is what I call Jurassic Park Hype 1. Jurassic Park 1 remains in memory as Dino DNA. They're kicking ass, but it's a close game. Could be anyone still. Jurassic Park Hype 2. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World Jurassic Park. That's the whole haiku. This is my M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan's surprise birthday parties end with a twist. This is what I call Haiku-Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the name of a city, movie, and cream cheese. Edward Scissor haikus. Edward Scissorhands is an awful nickname for fingering women.
Hey, keep it short on Edward.
Okay. 2 Marys, 1 haiku. Bible Mary and there's something about Mary. Won't get weird with. That's the More haiku. The moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's a fatality. Oh, props. I'm sorry. Third one.
I'm not looking.
Yeah.
They were full of stuffed animals last time. Is that a Squirtle?
Oh,
is there a Squirtle? I want the Squirtle.
Now I'm just crying.
We cry. Monkey's gotta fly. Someone throw the banana. Fuck, I think I'm high. Okay. Now we're on to limericks.
Oh man, I'm not ready for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. You moved when you went over there. That's encroachment. It's also technically traveling. It might be icing. I don't play much high. It's definitely a neutral zone infraction as a football thing. But it's also a neutral zone infraction in terms of Star Trek.
How do I know what icing is and you don't?
Okay. Round 3. Limericks. T2 Judgment Limerick.
Oh no.
Come with me if you want to live means you've got an orgasm to give. But the robot with pecs ain't giving you sex, even if you find it attractive. Out for Limerick. Once Richie did some blow. Around town he put on a show. So Steven Seagal was asking you all, why did Richie do Bobby Lupo? This is a Will Limerick, okay? There once was a poet named Will who doesn't like being called Phil. While writing a limerick, Bob to Bimrick, and once again, don't call me Phil. Okay. RoboCop limerick. There once was a man named RoboCop who couldn't find a rhyme for RoboCop. So one day he RoboCop'd over to RoboCop and oh yeah, Solo Mop rhymes with RoboCop. I'm gonna get a shot clock violation if I don't close this up because the production bays have a time limit. That's a personal foul. It's actually a technical foul. It's a flagrant foul. It's a delay game. And I'm gonna stop there. Thank you very much for your time. Someone's gotta clean up this paper.
For one.
They killed it. I was watching the pain on their side, and sometimes I was saying stuff that wasn't even jokes, and you weren't laughing.
I hate it here.
Thank you.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Up next to our mic, we're gonna have another favorite doing what they do best, which is anything that they fucking feel like. The wonderful, the magical, Will Wagner!
I don't want a mic.
You don't want a mic?
There's no. I've been inspired by Kenny. I'm confident that I'm
You're
loud
confident.
enough that you can hear me, and
Well,
if
I figured
not,
he'd take 20
you should have been
minutes to
closer. That's
take his
on you.
jacket
Closer, and that's on you. Just give it.
Anyway, it's more intimate when I do my promo for Mountain Dew.
Of course. No, and
I'm not even like normally. You ask, well, why are you sneaking in Mountain Dew. I'm not sneaking it in. This is my Mountain Dew bag. I remember with this rhyme. My Mountain Dew bag is blue. My ice cream bag is dark blue.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Silly me.
But I know you're saying, well, Will, what about your comedy set? I got this scannable QR code. You could pretend like you were there. Or you could get there when they happen at Great South Bay. These are stickers. And this is another QR code with my set. I think we all remember this one. This is more QR codes. This one's for my Twitch. And then this one is for a link tree in case you don't like clicking and you like me. No pressure. No pressure. I'm gonna tell you how my year's gone. It's gone spiders.
That's so funny.
I started out the year and I moved into a house and the basement hadn't been used in like 20 years and I went down there and there were so many spiders. Like I can't even really properly explain it other than to say they had to hang a dehumidifier from the ceiling because rather than waterproof the walls, they decided, well, this will just be the room that has all the spiders.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Well, it's not a nightmare until they get in your hair. Then it is a nightmare. And I thought a lot about it because I was waterproof in the basement. I sprayed the basement, accidentally got drunk on chemicals. Not the good drunk, just hungover.
Just being poisoned.
Yeah, poison, that's the word. And took a day off. Then went back there, dry locked the basement. It smelled like, I don't know, a bowling alley. It's the best it's smelled in a while. That's nice. But today we ran electric, and I was going to bring a pedal board. You've seen it, Kraus has one. And I was going to play music that I care about, but I didn't do that. You can tell. I was going to give you 20 facts about seal. Or seals, sorry. I mixed them up. Right? Because as you can tell by the way I'm dressed, my set was going to be about how much NBA basketball I've been watching, and I see the same Mountain Dew commercial constantly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's terrible. It makes me sad in the insides. And I just watch it, and I just was like, man, he's going to do irreparable damage to seals. But it's okay. He doesn't care about them. And I'm sure you'd want to hear that set. Luckily, I'm going to be doing it tomorrow night at the Great South Bay open mic. That's how you do promos, right there.
You're not recording.
I'm not?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm staring at a phone that's not
Yeah, that's me. Classic me. Well, luckily Rory's right here. Okay, I only work with one hard cam. So this is my plan, okay? First off, gotta charge up. Gotta get my Dew in me. So this is just going to be promos to Mountain Dew just to show them my skills. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll look at the camera, I'll open it, I'll drink it, and I'll say Mountain Dew, lemon lime freshness. Okay. Anyone want to say action so I don't mess this up?
Action!
I'm ready. Okay, there we go. Oh, you did the clap too. Mountain Dew, lime. Okay.
Take two.
No, I'll get it. I don't have to open the can again. I already did that. Cut. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I'm not in the biz.
Cut.
There we go. Okay, let me try this again. State of mind, I've just opened a can of Mountain Dew.
Action.
Mountain Dew, lemon limey. I can't say limey. They'll think I'm being racist. Okay, no, I can't do that. Okay, I'll do it again. Mountain Dew, beverage for your mouth. No, that's not the slogan. Mountain Dew, sodium phosphate. No. Oh man, I can't remember any of their slogans. Just do it? No, that's Nike. Mountain Dew, mouth. No. That was close. I forgot that I was drinking and not breathing. Okay.
Fucking breathe!
Mountain Dew, it's a soda. No. Oh my god, they're never gonna hire me. I decided, I was like, what's more important to me, being good at marketing or spiders in my hair? And the answer is not having spiders in my hair. It's the answer to all of life's questions. Only because after the spiders, the ants came.
Oh no.
And now the ants are somewhat more terrifying to me, just because the spiders, I feel like they let you know who they are. The ants, they're just there and all your stuff is gone. Like a repo man. Not the repo man, not the good one.
Won't the spiders take care of the ants?
Maybe they will if they have Mountain Dew. I don't even think they want to give that to pets anymore. Mountain Dew. Okay, ready? Mountain Perp. I almost got it. Mountain Dew, we already have it. I don't have to drink this anymore. No, that's not the line. I gotta warm up with a few stretches, and I gotta use my warm up dews. Mountain Blue, it's blue. Okay, that one's good. Mountain Dew High Voltage. I installed electrical wire today. That one's gonna be good just for my own personal collection. Mountain Blue, they weren't expecting 3. Now I got my warm-up Dew. Just take some water. I feel like it was empty. Don't want to swing too hard. Mountain Dew, it's in my can. It's in my mouth. Oh, I shouldn't have been provided the thumb. They'll never take me with the thumb. Oh. 3 cans of Mountain Blue and a red one. It's for your soda collection. Nope, that's not a good one. That's not a. They wouldn't even buy that if I wouldn't buy it, and I love the product. Not you, Mountain Blue. Just the red and the green.
Aw.
Mountain Green. Now I know what it is. I can't take it out of the bag again. Red Bull, what are you doing here?
I think I see wings sprouting.
It was Mountain Dew. Look at this big red bitch. No, that's not gonna go over with them.
Chug.
No. This is my stunt Dew.
It's your stew.
If anything's gonna go through a window or a car door, we gotta use the stunt Dew. The cans are just, they get out of control. They spill everywhere. Mountain, what? This is Pepsi. It's also a Mountain Dew company, but it's not as good as Mountain Dew. It's fucking not Mountain Dew. I only drink Mountain Dew. Right, Dew?
Chaka, aren't you glad you got back for this?
Okay, 6 more cans of Dew, and we forget about the extra can of wild cherry Pepsi I brought. We don't talk about that, and I will give you this 6 blue cans. Okay, I'll keep this blue one, and you take the other 6 Mountain Dew, and then you hire me instead of Seal to do parody music. Okay? Especially if it's of Seal. How's he gonna parodize himself? It's already a joke.
Well, I want to see some cans mouth action.
Oh.
Red Bull. Say Red Bull down. Red Bull down.
Red Bull down.
Did it spill?
I did Mountain Dew down. Is that a drink? Mountain Dew.
That's gonna hurt you later. That's what she said.
It hurts me already.
That's what he said.
Now, the other thing I was going to do was I was going to sing wrestling themes, but just to 2 people in the audience who would know them.
3.
3? We have 3 contestants?
Oh no, no.
Okay. So I'm not going to do that. That's going to be on maybe Wednesday. Depends on how the spiders do. Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa. That was Red Bull's fault. I mean, I've been trying to sell Dew, and Red Bull just gets in the way, like they do.
At least it's sugar-free.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
The ants don't like sugar. Not at all.
that can't be a reason because I have sugar-free Red Bull. Tried to steer him off. Maybe get him hooked or diabetes.
Diabetes.
Okay.
Stop saying diabetes.
So, if you heard this and went, he's probably got a lot of facts about seals. I do. 20. I even have a song. Would love to get that tonight, but, you know, had to do the work. I'm working on my marketing. I'm pretty good at it. LS told me I need to be more narcissistic, so I'm also doing the opposite of what society says, because I know better. No more seatbelts. They said you can't do a backflip on a trampoline. I said, yeah, I can, and I did, and I have hurt since. It's been one knee crying and the other knee saying, I'm good enough to pitch the do. I'm like, no, I gotta get good strength. I don't want to support this can and fall over. It'll ruin me if I do. Now, you're wondering, what does Mountain Dew Code Red taste like with Wild Cherry Pepsi? And the answer is it tastes like absolutely nothing and a cherry aftertaste bubbles. Yep, they cancel each other out. That's something science won't tell you. But if you're a narcissist, you figured that shit out. Because I'm working on myself. Being better. Not like good better. Better like condescending? Fuck yeah. Like when I say I have the best words ever, that's what's coming out of me. Okay? Everything I say is a catchphrase. Even that phrase sounds like a catchphrase. That's jarring. I should be a catchphrase guy, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, it's almost empty. Now, I would normally spike this like I do in the basement full of ants, but I'll be honest. Now that they're all dead, it's not as much fun. They'd go for it. I'd accidentally put some insect killer down. We'd figure out who's gonna drink it first. Oh, don't poison yourself. I didn't do it that way. I did it standard, where I'd spray into the air. Kind of like cutting down a tree branch you're standing under. Like, if you saw someone else doing it, you'd be like, oh, that can't be the thing. That can't be the solution. That's the problem. And I said, no. They told me ants were up. So I have to spray up. Oh, it's been pretty much just a lot of spots since. Oh, really start to miss the spiders in your hair. So now you're hallucinating. And they're there anyway. Oh, or maybe it's all this Mountain Dew that I drink because I love it. And if you'd like to hear me do the best version of Kiss from a Rose, tomorrow I'll be doing Kiss from a Mountain Dew Code Rosé. It's really good. It's the thing that's gonna make Mountain Dew fall in love with me. Seal used it on Heidi Klum. Batman used it on Nicole Kidman. It's foolproof. And if you didn't like that, and you won't, on Wednesday I'm gonna be playing music, and you'll wish I was doing Mountain Dew promos. So that's something to look forward to. If you're out there, you're not gonna see this unless you drive. Yeah, it's gonna be a driving thing. Or you could follow me on Twitch. Will Wagner music, and I love Mountain Dew. Oh no, this is just the Twitch people. Okay, you don't gotta know the secrets. Okay, this is. If you subscribe to me, I'll let you know that was really Red Bull. It was. I just stunt dude. Yeah. I laid out the red one so you'd focus on it, and then I pulled a green one in front of it, because I know Hollywood. Mountain Dew, the dew you crave, is in a different can. And on that, I think we'll give out stickers. If you're wondering, I don't know what this set is about. And this one, well, this one was from March. So, I'll put it up in the camera.
10-minute, by the way.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay. That's what I'm doing the promos.
He goes, I know.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
That was the end of my set.
I know.
Oh, who's gonna clean up all this mess?
And with that, I would love to lighten the mood tremendously by bringing you whatever Will Wagner is going to do.
Hello. There's no kids on stage, so you know what that means. You won't get pregnant. If it's on the stage. I'm just reading the sign and interpreting it. That's not my fault. I didn't make the sign or the kids. Okay, that's a QR code. You can scan it. It's got everything I'm going to say. I decided I'm going to do a page of regular comedy because I don't do regular comedy often. This week, I'm doing a page of regular comedy. So I Googled most popular topics in stand-up comedy sets. Google's first suggestion was a URL article from 2 years ago which listed these 6 common topics. 1, relationships and dating. Okay, I am not good at relationships or dating, but I'm really good at other people's relationships and dating. I make people laugh, I'm a source for homemade ice cream, and I give terrible advice that people should instinctively know better than to listen to. The infidelity is just a bonus for the people who pay me for that. 2, everyday life and observation. Did you ever notice that at some point people got blurrier? One of my friends told me that I need to get my eyes checked, so I walked towards the door, and when I turned around to look at him, sure enough, he was blurrier than before. Right again. 3, current events and politics. If tariffs make production costs outside the country more expensive, it'll force us to buy domestically. Oh, like coffee? Most of America doesn't have the climate to grow coffee beans, but you know what we do make here in America? Delicious Mountain Dew Code Red. Don't you worry. They can never put a tariff on our love. 4, pop culture celebrity gossip. Steve Harwell, the singer of Smash Mouth, said, "My world's on fire, how about yours? If that's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored." So in some ways, I hope he's in hell. Also, it would fit well with the lyrics of the song "All Star" by Smash Mouth. 5, self-deprecating humor. When I was 18, I worked 2 jobs and took 22 credits in college, and I wound up working myself into exhaustion and getting shingles. The funny part is that one of my jobs was doing residential roofing, so it was kind of like I was taking my work home with me. And 6, satire and social commentary. Elon Musk is ruining autism for everyone else. That's not his job. That belonged to Johnny Depp and Mary Stuart Masterson in the movie Benny and June. Mary Stuart Masterson, June, has the kind of autism that makes her tap stuff, scream on buses, and requires supervision of her older brother, Benny. But Johnny Depp, Sam, has the kind of autism that makes him brutally honest, but it makes him dyslexic, and his life is a series of inadvertent comedy routines, usually performed by Charlie Chaplin. Musk is kind of the reverse of that guy. He's brutally dishonest and reads everything everyone's ever said about him. His life is a series of inadvertent comedy routines, usually performed by someone with Charlie Chaplin's mustache, along with shade off. So Google's second suggestion was a Reddit article titled "Opinions on Stand-Up Comedy Topics." The poster was Consistent Pirate 23, and he opens up with, "For background, I'm early 40s, autistic, and work in technology. My dude, I'm in." He has 3 ideas, let's hear them. Embarrassing situations. That's just another way of saying relationships and dating. One night after the bar, I brought a friend from college back to the bedroom I grew up in, aka the Fortress of Solitude. So we start wrestling, and I noticed she's kind of loud. I got Pomeranians downstairs, and this is inappropriate for them or my parents to hear. So I threw a pillow to her to be loud into. She was into that. She dropped the pillow, so I put my right hand over her mouth. She's still into it. I lose my balance and try to stabilize with my arm, and she makes a really loud noise. I go to move my hand back and accidentally hit her with a right cross. She reacted in a way I'd only seen in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. For the uninitiated, Arnold is an unstoppable machine looking for Sarah Connor when his random woman lands a right cross and breaks his glasses. He turns towards her saying, "It's gone," with only his eyes. He tosses her back about 10 feet into the wall. Same thing, only instead of being a robot sent from the future, it was a redhead sent from NASA until I die. Either way, 4-star performance, 0 notes. 2, general sarcasm about being in my 40s. Sometimes I sneeze and throw my shoulder out. If the sneeze lands wrong, it can feel like a grenade to my sternum. I spend my 30s figuring out what will inevitably hurt me tomorrow, and I stopped doing that. Now, it keeps happening, and I'm like, maybe I want to drink more. If I'm going to feel terrible, I'd like to earn it, you know? And 3, humor about my hometown. In May of 1996, I walked back from school with my buddy Dan, who lived on Cedar Road in Elwood.
Police were blocking off the street, so instead of hiding by him, we went by my house and watched Halloween and Christ and Michael Myers. The police were investigating the death of Kristen Scarabelli, but since I'm almost out of page, necrophilia. And that's the end of my set. I'm doing a watch along in the movie Kindergarten Cop tomorrow at 6 p.m. on twitch.tv/WillWagnerMusic. You can turn this QR code around and scan it, and it'll take you there. I hope you show up, because if you don't, I'm going to watch the movie anyway.
I love losing things, you know me. I'm a regular Losey Lou.
Losey Lou. Losey Lou, I guess.
I have a bunch of people pick movies, and I fix them. It just so happens that the first two movies fix themselves. Nikki picked Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Josh picked White Men Can't Jump. And that's usually what happens when White Men Can't Jump. They develop an arc on their shot. Good Burger. Now, Good Burger is tough to fix because it's a nearly perfect movie. I sandwiched it together with Goodfellas to make Good Burgers. And I gotta say, it makes both movies better. If Keenan and Kel are playing the parts of Ray Liotta and his wife. It improved both movies just a little bit because it brings that realism we're looking for in Good Burger, and it brings Keenan and Kel into Goodfellas. Drop Dead Fred. Drop Dead Fred is a prequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's when Freddy is just hanging out while you're awake, he's a good friend, then they lock him in the box of a dream and he gets all cranky. He also goes from being British to being Robert Englund. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Hello.
One Triota.
What about 10 things I hate about losing a guy in 10 days?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Things I Hate About You. That's a long marquee. We're going to have to get more letters.
Thank you. No more questions, Governor.
Oh, it's okay. A Miracle on the Hudson. Well, that's obviously about hockey, but the Hudson River is dangerous. So I'd make the movie about playing hockey on the Hudson River and the diseases you catch along the way.
There you go.
Anyone else ever see a movie? You see a movie? The Principal? With Belushi? You have no idea. Penny has been arguing with me. He's like, I just want to watch The Principal. Do you want to watch The Principal or The Substitute? And I had to learn the difference between the two movies. The Principal, it's Belushi. I think The Substitute.
Edward James Olmos?
No, that's The Critic. Or High School High. High School High, that's what I'm saying. The Brave Little Toaster. It's that cast into half baked and you make it about smoking. Oh, okay. And you still call it The Brave Little Toaster.
The Baked Little Toaster.
The Baked Little Toaster, that is a good one. Half-baked little toaster. Little toaster that can't get your time right. You put bread down, it sits in there for 3.5 hours because you got distracted watching nothing. I heard Toy Story, but we said, you know, Baby's Kids. That's already a perfect movie, I don't know. Maybe you put the movie Kids by Harmony Korine in there. With Baby's Kids, you make it a little bit more dramatic. Baby's Kids. I don't know any movies about Florida. Let's see, I got a joke. Kids in Texas are dying of the measles at the age of 5, or as they say in Florida, grandparent age. All police academy movies are terrible. Can't fix that. Not even Steve Gutenberg could. And he got us to forget Fisher Stevens was doing that accent in Short Circuit, and Short Circuit too. Whatever happened to Gutenberg? They never asked. He invented the printing press, he's in 4 movies in weeks. He does everything. Steve Gutenberg? No, that was 3 Men and a Baby. That might have been Ted Danson's child.
I'm allergic to Glutenberg.
I'm allergic to Glutenberg is the name of a future song. It's about what Hollywood did to Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg showed up in Veronica Mars. He played a murderous man.
Man, because no one would suspect him even on Mars. No! I watched 3 Men and a Baby within the last year and a half.
No, he was eyeing the baby.
No, that's the thing. I think he's the 4th most evil behind the Baby. Like, Baby's 1, Tom Selleck in his reverse mortgages are 2, Ted Danson in his trickery to stupid women is 3, and then Steve Gutenberg.
How far he fell.
Oh, just think. Police Academy 1, remember he got that prostitute. disservice counted on Lazard during the speech, and they were like, "It's just how it would be." Sometimes you give it a speech and you get shot. That's just how every 80s movie would end. Like, we did a little bit of crime, but we're the good guys. They were mean. We had to trick the women and sleep with us. There was no other option. They bullied. That was every movie in the 80s. Then in the 90s, they couldn't do that anymore, so they made kids movies where people got bullied and then they got kisses at the end. Camp Nowhere, Blank Check, First Kid.
Every Adam Sandler movie.
No. Every Adam Sandler movie is how the villain wins and really believe. He's the bad guy in every movie, and no one knew it. And Billy Madison, he's the only one not qualified to run a hotel chain. He's like, Nepo baby, engaged. Happy Gilmore, he's like, I've never golfed. I'm going to ruin it for you, though. Loved it. Big Daddy, questionable father skills, just skills kid.
He's the Kevin Bacon of the 90s.
Oh, Kevin Bacon was nice enough to get an arrow through his throat, though. And fight Tremors. Billy Madison vs. Tremors is now the movie I'm thinking of. Where he just walks outside and like, I'm going to lead you. And they have 18 Tremors movies. He could have been in any of them. But no, Hollywood was like not believable that we play sandworms. Timothy Chalamet. Dude, that kind of brings me back to fix movies. I love Dude to be a menace to Southside, someone to always juice in the hood. That's my movie. You just take the castle, Don't Be a Menace, and put him in Dune. I think that'll be cool. And then again, I didn't see the second Dune. I imagine it's still sitting. It's not even my favorite movie featured worms that are crawling through the ground ready to eat people. It's not in my top 4. They're all Tremors movies. I've seen the Tremors go Hawaiian. I've seen them fight in ice. Not the ice they should be fighting. The actual ice, the ground that we're not going to have in a few years.
I thought you were going to say ISIS.
No, they're not fighting the band ISIS. There's a band, an instrumental band, very talented, called ISIS. Then they had to change their name for some reason. Yeah, they didn't make Italian ISIS change their name. People out of me like, I'm ISIS. I'm not. Okay? You blew my cover. I'm in the instrumental band ISIS. Not the other one.
Trying to strike this man.
Important differentiation. Anyone have a theremin? No? Okay, well then I can't play it. Better luck next time, band devices. Explosions in the Sky is also a band you might like. I recommend it. Other ISIS is fan of Explosions in the Sky of a different kind. The instrumental round is rife with controversy. They just don't talk about it because there's no lyrics. You know what I said? That's a good one.
Truly moving stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
We've come to the end of the night, which is now when Will Wagner is going to perform. Because that was his request, and he's a diva. What can I say? So Will Wagner is going to set up some hashtag just Will Wagner things, which is going to make a lot more or a lot less sense. So with that, let's let him get in and settled, and then he can run his mouth for the next... He gets 30 whole minutes. So hang tight while he gets settled in, and let's give it up for Will Wagner.
Is that table to be higher?
No, that table's perfect at that height.
Oh, okay.
I don't ask Will questions.
Camera, don't...
Well, I'm going to record the whole fucking thing.
No, I hadn't... Where'd you stand?
Well, I'm going to record
I
it.
scooted it, yeah.
I'll record the whole thing.
I'm going to set it up like right here just because I'm going to need to get everybody.
This is all a part of the show, guys.
I hope so.
What Barbara Ann Bronca wants, she gets, and she has requested a biography about Will Wagner.
Go for it.
Oh, you're for a treat.
Should we play Mad Libs? Do we just want to throw things out there? What is Will Wagner thinks he's 7 feet tall. He takes up a tremendous amount of space. He's got a degree. He's definitely got a degree, and he is not a secret. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Shit. Woo-hoo.
And he's just a little lazy. So Will is just like a table setting. Yeah, we don't really ever know what Will is, and you're usually gonna cry at some point or another. So I hope y'all, I don't know. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's give up the only.
So I always wanted to host a late night television show because there's space for me. I'm not named Jimmy, so I got everything they need. And I decided that I was gonna use my 30 minutes as a promo, not just for Mountain Dew, but I'm gonna show you what a late night talk show with me would be like. They asked, like, why you want to do it late? I'm like, I'm going to do a late night talk show. Like, I wouldn't want to do it any other time. And also, I can take as much time as I want. I feel like a lot of times I rush and we don't get to connect. So tonight you're gonna meet me, the sound, me, the voice, me, the words, me, the experience, me, the incense. And I'm gonna come back out, but you gotta really make it feel like a late night audience or I'm gonna look ridiculous on Twitch. Is that recording? I hope so.
You are recording, but your head is cut off.
You're good for the table.
Wait, does it go through this way?
Do you
It's all
need
the way up.
another introduction?
No, that's
just
perfect,
check.
that's perfect.
Okay.
You did everything right.
Spicy to me.
It's just salty.
We didn't even rehearse this.
I didn't know that's what the plan was.
Okay, this is when you do the monologue. I don't know if you've ever seen stand-up. They do stand-up on late night. No. I'll be sitting eventually.
Well, you're headless now.
Don't worry, I know a guy. He's smaller.
I'll record his
Okay.
head.
You charge for that.
Golly. I'm just gonna stand up now. This microphone stand keeps on dropping on me. We need that to stop. It's trying to fall asleep on me. No, it's bedtime with Will Wagner. That's the name of the show, but the microphone stand cannot fall asleep. Okay, so my teleprompter's on the fridge, so I need my tablet for the music, so that's why I have this paper. Tonight is my late night talk show, and since I'm filming for Britain in America, that's why there's so much light. Oh. So this is where the host usually talks about the news. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Seems easy enough. The host usually says things like, "Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Why is this working? Okay. They talk about stuff in the news. Have you heard about this? 4 dead in a campfire. Okay. Oh no, I forgot. Have you heard about this? 4 dead in a campfire. Okay. You might be wondering why I brought a live studio audience. Has anyone here ever been in a live studio audience?
Yes.
Okay, once, maybe twice. That's why I brought them. They're pros. Okay. So, see? Thank you. I feel funnier already. I grabbed a bunch and I threw them onto the soundboard, and I decided I'm only going to use each audio clip once. But that's why I got multiple versions of the same kind of reactions I wanted. So, you might have realized that I don't have my guitar tonight. Don't worry, I got this tablet I'm using for my audio, so we'll still be able to music it up. See, that would be Eugene on bass, but the Knicks game is at 8 tonight. And I'm better at numbing my feelings. It's not going to seem authentic unless everyone does it. But I'm reading this off a page because I had to dedicate my tablet to playing audio. Now that everyone knows how to react, let's get back to the news. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Clapping? What about smooth jazz? Monologue's easy as fuck. Oh, I cursed. Not funny, audience. This is my chance to pitch a half hour to Big Do. Calm it down, band. You're gonna steal my thunder. No, not you, Big Do. I got dressed up all nice and professional-like. I got a...
How about a pizza? None better anywhere.
I do have a Ninja Turtles handkerchief, and they love pizza. How'd you know, audio board? Wait, no. I gotta do my promo. Stop it. So I got this at the Never Ending Story bookstore in Babylon. It's $8, but you can get it for $8.
Oh, yeah?
Nailed it. I know, I can't believe they let me in the bookstore either, but security was low yesterday. I think the last time I wore a handkerchief was a formal event. Slow build, okay. Okay, you gotta stop. I mean, I wanted to tell you a story about prom anyway. Do you want to hear it? That's the best we've sounded as a team. Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a soccer stadium of love. Okay, that's a little too much of a build. It's gotta go naturally. I'm staring at people. Okay, that seems like too much. That's creepy. I gotta sound more like a live studio audience.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to sell my